All right, thank you everybody for coming to the Love Bites Game Jam, Jam, Jam. Jam, 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 jam. Let's get ready to rumble. Rumble. All right, all right, all right. Maybe I should take a step back from the microphone. It's not my fault. It seems like it's definitely my fault. This wasn't happening before I started doing this. Okay, okay, okay. Ba, 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 ba. Check, check, check. All right, all right. I think we're good. Okay. All right. Thank you for coming, everybody, to the Love Bites Games Jam with Sick Fish Studios, Art Jams, and NRM Streamcast. This is our first game jam, so bear with us. We're still trying to figure out how all this is going to work, but I think we're doing it. We're here. We're out here. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of a gist of what's going on. So there was 100 people that registered for this jam. If you would like to register officially it's on itch.io. It's itch.io. Love Bites is the name of the game jam. I can help you get connected. I can help you. We have a Discord going on right now. As you can see, there are a ton of people in this chat, and they're all getting ready to gear up. So they're introducing themselves too. So what I want to do is just, introduce you guys to them and them to you, so we can all get connected and do more stuff like this. And so the event is a month long. You have until March 11th to make a game, and the game's theme is love because it's close to Valentine's Day. You could do whatever you want with that theme. There are a few exceptions. One of those is, your game has to be made during the game jam period. You're welcome to work on it afterward, but if you want to enter it into the contest, you have to enter it by March 11th. We have 3 judges so far. There may be more, depending on how things go, but we're making sure we're getting the expert judges, and so we want to do our best to make sure we really, decide on the best game. There's going to be a $50 cash prize. Now, you are welcome to join teams, but you have to split the cash amongst your team. So if you want to go solo and try for the whole pot, you're welcome to go for the big champion prize. Also, be respectful, inclusive and kind to others. This is a fun event. We want to make sure everybody has a good time. So try not to bully people and, just be respectful. No nudity or sexual content. I know that's a big kind of thing with the theme being love, but we want to avoid that because we want to show your work to the world and And yes, if you enter in time, it's possible we could release your game on itch.io or some of our channels. So if you're looking to publish your game too afterwards, talk to us. We can help make that happen. But this is all about having fun, creativity, learning, and meeting new people. So hope you all have a good time. If you have any questions, feel free to come ask me. I'll also be live in the Discord, so you guys can ask anything that you'd like. One thing that we want you guys to do is form teams if you're interested in playing, so that way we can, get all the teams ready, get together, and make sure that we can hand out the prize when ready. So you're welcome to have as many team members as you want, but if you have 50 team members, you only get $1. So
how do the people on Discord create teams?
So we have a Teams channel here where if you scroll, we have all these different channels. So if you guys want to join the Discord, we have a Teams channel here. And so it looks like some people have already suggested some names. Look, there's people talking right now. They're saying, hello, everybody wave to Name of Love. He's a pro veteran. I was actually talking to him earlier. He has already developed at least one game. So watch out. You got some competition. He has said his name is Name of Love. I don't know if he's going solo. It seems like he's a veteran, so he might just be going solo. But we will see. Teams can change. There's no, deadline on the teams. If your guys' team change, that's fine. But you all have to enter your game at the end of the time frame.
So they just register their team under that.
Yeah, you can put their team in there, and once you have an official team, I will make you an official team channel, so your team can hang out there, show us what you're doing, and you'll have your own dedicated channel. So there's also a bunch of other cool channels here. We have the coding channel, which is looking pretty dead right now, so we need more coders. Music channel, not much going on. Art channel, there we go. We have some activity there. Story, I don't know if there's any writers here that are good at creative writing, but that's also needed in video games. So we have a lot of people here I'd like to introduce you to. So let's see. We'll start at the top because everybody's been introducing themselves. This is Mercy. That is my friend Mur. He's the drummer and also the story writer for our video game. He is not here tonight, but he will certainly be helping you guys, I'm sure, as you pop in. So that's Mur. He's a drummer and story writer, and a very good one at that. He likes to post a lot. That is myself. So myself, I'll introduce myself as I'm an artist, I'm a coder, developer. I like to design websites, and we are making, my band and I are making a video game called Time Shift Drifters. And so being well-rounded, I'm all over the place doing a little bit of everything. And I'm gonna be here to help all of you guys. If you have any help or want some resources, talk to me. A great resource is Open Game Art. They have a ton of free assets on there that you're welcome to use. You're also welcome to use AI. The only thing that we ask you do is talk about what you've done with AI, and let us know the tools and stuff you're using so we can share. Yes. Do you have a question?
Yeah, I do. What development tool do you suggest we use?
Are you what is your experience level with game design?
Pretty extensive.
Pretty extensive. If you know what you're doing, I would say Unity is a great one. But if you're, I would always recommend Godot because that one's free. It's a really good one. It's free, so a lot of people have access to it. It's good for hobbyists who are just starting out. That's a great one and really easy one to learn. There's also Game Maker, which is in the same kind of boat. It's a good one to start developing on. And there's also Unreal Engine, which is awesome. That's actually what they use to make the Star Wars Mandalorian, but that's a little bit more advanced. So, you only got 30 days, so you got to choose, that was one thing that got brought up in conversation earlier. Is 30 days? You know, it doesn't seem like a lot of time, but there's actually game jams that are only days. And so there's awesome games out there that are really simple and quick. You know, you have like Pac-Man, Space Invaders. There's a few games out there that are only 15 minutes to a half an hour experience. So you don't have to create, you know, Skyrim or Grand Theft Auto. You know, you can make a small game, throw some hearts in it, call it a day. You know, you might be the only one that actually finishes a game. You know, did you know like 90% of games never get finished? Isn't that sad? So as long as you finish something, it might just be a screen that says click here and you win the game. You might win because nobody else finished. So something to think about. But let's see.
Can we add that to the Discord? Like the different game systems?
Yeah, actually that is close to the bottom here. So
Oh, it is.
I put at the bottom, I thought ahead, and so there's game engines here. So you can, if you have, you know, ideas about game engines that you want to use and want to link up with other people using the same engine, there is a channel down here, and I can help you get connected in the Discord if you need anything. There's also a bunch of other cool stuff. Like we have some games, actually you can play on Discord, which are kind of crazy, but they're still fun. Conversations about games. This is our game we've been developing, Time Shift Drifters. You can check out. I don't want to steal the thunder here, but that's the game that my team and I have been working on. There's a music channel, game dev channel, a place where you can post just your hobbies and projects. We do promote you guys to promote your stuff. If you have any projects, art that you'd like to share, you know, feel free to promote your stuff here. There's a dedicated channel for that. Yeah, and there's some other pages down here too. Like you can see all the different artists that have gone through our channel. Clips, pics, memes, all kinds of stuff that you can do in the Discord. So, and there's also a bunch of lobbies if you want to meet up and, you know, chat, share your screen. We have all kinds of lobbies you can use to get started and get connected. Let me see. That's kind of about it for what I got. There's also an itch.io.lovebytes page. So if anybody's interested in, you know, joining the game jam, talk to me and I can get you registered on there. The other thing is I wanted to hand over the microphone to Scott here from Arts Jams. I know he's got a really cool group, and we're excited to get started.
Well, hello, everyone all over the world, and everyone here at NRM Studios. We're in Royal Oak, Michigan. You gotta go
Yeah, we can't really see you there.
Sorry about that. All right, thank you. So we're here in Royal Oak, Michigan, which is just outside of Detroit. For those of you who are in Chile, and I saw a few places around the world that are tuned in here to this Games Jam, which is pretty exciting and way beyond my understanding. But Brent made this happen. So I've known Brent since he was born, and been friends with his mom and dad forever. And we just had this opportunity talking together about how we could do something fun for the creative community in Detroit and the younger people, you know, because most of my members, I've been doing this Arts Jam community for 27 years, and we definitely need to get out to the younger people. I work in the film industry here in Detroit and reach out to all the different creative communities. I also work in 3D printing. A lot of my 3D printing partners are here tonight as well. And they also do games. They're also game designers. So this seemed to be a good thing for us to do, to bring in the community, different people, and meet new people that have come in that I've never met before. And we look forward to doing more of these in the future. I also wanted to mention Alan Contino, who is the chief engineer here at NRM Streamcast Studios. We have a really interesting technology here and facilities for people to do production, their own podcasts or streamcasts, as we call them. And also, it's a kind of a clubhouse for creatives to come in. Like today, for example, we had a board meeting for the Royal Star Art Institute and Film Festival. So that was a great event. We had a meeting today to talk about the upcoming 11th Annual Film Festival here in Birmingham, Michigan. So we're hoping to bring in lots of different groups like that from the community, doing every creative thing you can imagine. And this is one of those things that we wanted to kind of create its own little identity in game design. I believe game design is like a $30 billion industry that any young person can jump in and work in the industry right here in Detroit. They don't have to move anywhere. The game industry is built on remote work. So you can live anywhere in the world and work on a big game for a big game company and make a really good living. And if I can show the big game companies that Detroit has a lot of action going on and a lot of talented people, we can pick up some of that business and build a culture here and an industry that's literally a cottage industry where people are working in their own homes, in their own cottages, and working on the biggest games in the world, but from here. So I think that's a big, important thing for Detroit to look at and Michigan to look at for building careers, attracting talent, keeping talent, and making us a creative hub in the world. So that's all I got to say about that. I'm so glad you guys are there here and online, and I look forward to seeing what we're going to do. We look forward to your suggestions because, as Brent said, this is our first one, and we want to see what we're going to do with it in the future. Thanks.
Well, thank you, everybody. I wanted to do a quick Q&A if anybody has any questions. That goes for everybody. So if anybody has any questions, and you're welcome to send questions all throughout the month. You know, if they pop up, just let me know. Text me on the Discord, or, you know, you can reach us on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're all over the place, so I'm sure you'll be able to find us. But, yeah, does anybody have any questions they'd like to ask? Yes. Yeah, so T here, yeah, so T here has a ferocious Discord as well, and he is going to be a judge and mentor, kind of, he's going to be there helping everybody. If anybody needs assistance, he's a full stack developer. He's a web developer, coder. He does a lot of stuff, and he's, you know, he's been around the block. So look out for T. What's your Discord?
Ferocious, capital F.
That's right, ferocious.
Ferocious. I said hi in the.
Yeah, so talk to Ferocious. Also, you can talk to me, and there will be some other helpers, I'm sure, a part of my team that will be popping in if you have any questions. Yeah, feel free to ask. We are here to help. So let's see if anybody has any questions. Any questions? Doesn't seem. All right. Well,
What if they're not here tonight, but they find out about it next week? Can they still join?
Yeah, they can still join. You can join anytime. You know, you don't get an extra, you know, week to make the game. But if you think you can still get in there and do it, as long as you submit a game by March 11th, you are in the race. So, if you have any friends that want to help you, you know, give them a call, and get them in.
Music composer willing to help a team or teams. I'm not going to give out his name right now.
Okay.
His name's Matt, and he's from Grosse Pointe, Michigan. And he couldn't be here tonight, but he definitely wants to participate and help compose music for games.
Okay, awesome. We have a composer that is a secret composer.
Master's degree from Wayne State.
He's got a master's degree from Wayne State in music, and he is going to be helping out too. So stay tuned for more info on that. We'll be sure to update you on any new news coming there. Let me just check the chat room here really quick, make sure I didn't miss anything. All right, well, I expect you all to make great expert games if you don't have any questions.
So what would you say would be a typical process to follow in creating a game, just in big, broad strokes?
Yeah, first I would say, you know, come up with the idea. What kind of game do you want to make? Then, you know, I'm sure it's going to be a crazy big idea, like you want to make this, you know, auto world generated map with, you know, 10 million zombies that come, but you're going to have to say, wait a minute, do I really have enough time to create this awesome game? And then you're going to want to break it down and continue to break it down until you have a roadmap. So what you want to do is scope out your game. And you also want to figure out like what engine you want to use. So there's all kinds of different engines. Is this going to be a 3D game, 2D game? Is it going to be a VR game? You know, so you want to figure out what tools you want to use, and form your team, of course. Make sure that you know, oh no, I'm not an artist. Well, guess what? There's a bunch of artists over there that you can connect with. And same with music, same with story writing. So mapping out your plan, making a plan of action, and just executing on it. So
Smart goals.
Smart goals. T knows what's up.
I was just wondering, maybe you could showcase your game a little.
Sure.
Give people an idea of.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So this is a game we're making. This is definitely not going to be in the contest, and we got a little bit of ways to go, but we are on Steam, coming soon. I'll give you guys a little teaser. Nope. Gotta hide all my porn. All right. All right, here we go. Give it a second, it's loading. But it's called Time Shift Drifters. Enter the fractured void where the time shift drifters and chaos reigns. Face fearless foes or battle endless waves of the undead. Scavenge deadly weapons. Dress your drifter or gear up to fight in the relentless, fast-paced action combat where only the strongest survive. Time Shift Drifters. Any minute now, it should load. The suspense is killing me. Okay. Oh. I don't know if you guys can hear anything. Here, let me try this. Oh God, this is trying to turn the volume up. Well, I don't want to disconnect anything, but you can see a little run through.
Looks good, dude.
It's really cool looking, yeah.
Yeah.
Brett asked if anybody else has something to share.
Yeah, if you guys have any games that you would like to share, or anything you want, it could be art, it could be music. You have a stage with 100 people you can show to. Anybody?
I mean, I have my short story that I wrote.
Yeah? You want to share it?
Yeah.
That might be good.
We got it on.
Wait, like read it?
You could read it, unless whatever you prefer.
I don't mind reading it, but disclaimer, it's not exactly the happiest short story.
Oh,
That's okay.
it's okay. Yes.
It's a story.
I just realized we forgot to connect the audio from your laptop.
Oh.
Has he just been talking to nobody this whole time?
No, I mean to hear the game play.
Oh.
What's happening?
Oh.
It's probably just coming out of your laptop speaker right now.
Gotcha.
The plug-in?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have to switch it to HDMI out or something like that.
Okay. Should I do it through Discord then?
No, on your
On my laptop.
on your laptop.
Right click it, yeah.
Make sure it's not too loud.
No, you got it. Extron HDMI.
Oh, it is going through HDMI?
Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay, cool.
Extron.
But yeah, if you'd like to share,
Brett,
or if it's online. Yes.
It is
how do we
online.
join your Discord? Do we have to register to get on the Discord?
Yeah, I can send you a link.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to connect after this, and
Absolutely.
I'll give you the link.
I wanted to show something. I knew if
Oh.
I got on the Discord, I could do that.
Yeah, we could do it if it's what channel is it on? Or
It's
on your phone?
on my phone.
Only on your phone. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Are you on Facebook?
I'm on Discord.
You're on Discord. Okay. Let's do it.
You can screen share on your phone.
Here.
Yeah, we can screen share.
swing for it if you guys wanna hang out afterwards.
Yeah.
It's the best game ever.
You don't need a good computer. What I want would be a good Steam Deck.
Okay, fair enough.
It's like an Xbox. Oh. What? Oh, it is.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, that's what.
That was like an Xbox, though. You can play all your Steam games on it.
Nice. Oh, you're in college? Nice. What do you do your masters? And Jen's dual personality clicked in there. She's de-aged again. Call the royal guard. Back to your masters, or what are you doing?
That's
Nice. Did I tell you? No, I mean, why is the Wi-Fi not letting me use these J's?
Is it faster on like just almost?
No, it's worse on 5G.
They changed it from guest to like lockdown. I don't know, it bothered.
No, you don't have, or you don't want the guest.
No, we were talking about Planet Fitness. They had free Wi-Fi, but then they just locked it down. They said, doing something they shouldn't be doing in the baths.
I guess it didn't work out.
Yeah, it's good. Good.
Something
Oh, so it's just a
crazy.
I would.
I told you earlier, we both will.
Lock it down.
There it goes. Okay.
Four lanes open. Lock it down.
I apologize. I should have had this house straightened out.
That's all good.
Oh my God.
There it is. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I got you. Put them on the board. Okay.
What'd you say?
I heard
And then is there, one of the,
And a big part of his job was trying to, is breaking up orgies.
Yeah, is having.
I didn't hear your job, I thought you said your hobby was breaking them up.
Channel here. That's the one I'm into. So I'll share your screen.
I may go to the game.
Oh my God.
Here we go.
What a job.
Hey, I know that dude.
So he says a lot of his jobs, like, you know how you guys teach your parents to use the internet?
Why can't we hear Jay? I'm trying to post a message in my bike, but it's not sending.
Really?
Yeah. What's it? Can you come here for one second?
Always the same.
Yeah.
This idea.
There it is.
Okay, sweet.
All right. Did you want to share your story, T?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to put it up online?
What's that?
Would you rather me put it up online?
Yeah,
On
just
YouTube?
put it up on the screen, yeah.
Okay.
Are you sharing the whole screen? Is that, yeah, you are.
Yes.
The
Okay.
link is in the chat in Love
Oh,
Bites.
it is. Oh, got it.
Nice trip we did. The YouTube live with them.
Short story.
Yeah, that one. Just copy up to the .app. Don't put # dedication. I can't talk.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I tried modifying the comment, but it wasn't.
This?
There
Oh,
you go.
cool.
Yeah, I turned
Very
it into
cool.
like an interactive website.
Oh, wow.
That's so interesting. Wow, I can't wait to see it.
No. You want me to go up there and read it? Or?
Sure, if you like to, yeah, let's do it. That's really cool.
I'm just gonna warn you guys. I do cry when I read this. So.
All right.
All right, so I'll just start from the top. Yeah, so from ashes to paws, story of divorce, depression, and finding healing through wildlife rescue. And then there's like a dedication page from my mom. For my mother, Galia, you held us together when we were falling apart. You cried alone so you could be strong for us. You never gave up, even when we had. This is for you. And then from my father, two broken men under the same roof, speaking different languages of pain. You taught me strength by showing me yours, even when it cracked. You taught me sacrifice by giving pieces of yourself you could not spare. You taught me that love does not always know how to say the words, but it shows up anyway. It stays anyway. It tries anyway. I'm still learning the lessons you planted in me. Some of them I did not understand until I broke too. Thank you for not giving up on yourself, on me, on us. And then also and Bear were my two chow-chows that I lost during my divorce. My boys, my constants, I carry with me always. And there's two beautiful quotes from Anatole France, one of them being, until one had loved an animal, a part of one's soul remains unawakened. And another one by Rumi, the wound is the place where the light enters you. You want me to start? All right. Thank you. Prologue, the raccoon in the driveway. There was a raccoon in my driveway. It was not moving, not the way raccoons usually do not move, frozen, playing dead, waiting for the threat to pass. This was different. It was sitting upright, perfectly still, staring at nothing. I had not left my house in 3 days, maybe 4. Time had become unreliable. I had come outside only because the garbage needed to go to the curb, and even that felt like too much. So there I was, bathrobe, slippers, unshowered, and there it was, broken. Something was wrong with its back leg. I could see it at an angle that legs are not supposed to go. It must have been in pain. It must have been terrified. But it just sat there, looking at me, not running. Caring was dangerous. Caring meant feeling. And feeling meant everything I had spent 2 years trying not to feel. But I did not turn around. I pulled out my phone, Googled Wildlife Rescue Michigan, found a number, made a call. And a woman named Andrea answered. And somewhere in that process, somewhere between the phone call and the cardboard box and the careful drive to the intake location, something shifted inside me. For the first time in 2 years, I felt useful. I did not know it then, but that raccoon was about to change everything. Thank you. All right, this is part 1, the rise, before the fall. And a quote by Aristotle, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. Chapter 1, the routine. What's that?
No, that's kind of Dave's whole mindset and philosophy is like, he totally gets it.
Yeah, like 1% better.
I like to collect quotes, notable quotes.
Yeah, me too. Like 1% better every day type of mentality, right? Yeah. So the routine, I need you to understand what I had before you can understand what I lost. Not the job, not the house, not even the dogs. The routine. 5 a.m. every single day. My eyes would open before the alarm. My body so trained that it did not need the sound anymore. The floor was always cold. I kept the house at 67 degrees because I read somewhere that cool temperatures improve sleep quality. My feet would hit that cold hardwood and something would click in my brain. Time to become unstoppable. 6 a.m., title boxing. There is something about hitting a bag that resets your entire nervous system. The rhythm of it, the sweat, the feeling of power flowing through your fists. And my job was everything. I was a senior engineer at one of the biggest automotive companies in the world. Not just any engineer, the engineer they called when things went wrong. Looking back, I see it now. The routine was not discipline, it was armor. If I kept moving fast enough, nothing could catch me. The routine kept that voice buried until it did not. There's like a little cool thing that I did, like an animated list of things I Googled at 3 a.m. when I couldn't sleep. Like some of the ones that stand out are, can you die from sadness? Why can't I cry anymore? What's the point? Okay. Dramatic. Chapter 2, The White Knight. I think that was more supposed to be like a humorous transition into one of the darker chapters. But all right, I have always been the helper, the one who shows up, the one who fixes things, the one who puts out fires that are not his fires, because standing by and watching someone struggle has never been something I could do. My parents raised me this way, Bulgarian immigrant work ethic. You see a problem, you solve it. You see someone in need, you help. I was so good at taking care of everyone else that I never noticed I was not taking care of myself. The white knight does not sit down. The white knight does not admit weakness until there is no one left to save. Until you realize that the person who needed saving most was the one holding the sword. And then there's a little interlude, coffee maker. The morning she left, this was the day after my divorce was starting and we split separate ways. She said, I think we both know. And I said, yeah, and that was it. 7 years, one sentence each. I remember looking at the coffee maker. We had argued about which one to buy. She wanted the fancy one with a built-in grinder. I wanted the simple one that just worked. It was still running. The gurgling sound filled the kitchen, completely indifferent to the fact that everything was ending. She walked out, and the coffee maker kept going like nothing had happened. I unplugged it. I do not know why. It just seemed wrong for it to keep going. Eventually, I threw it away. Bought that simple one I always wanted in the first place. It makes terrible coffee. I drink it anyway. Part 2, The Fall. Into the void. In the middle of the journey of your... that's a quote by Dante Alighieri. In the middle of the journey of our life, I found myself in a dark wood, for the straight way was lost. This is where things are very dark. Chapter 3, The Fall. It did not happen all at once. This is what people do not tell you about falling apart. It is not a single moment, not a dramatic collapse. It is 1,000 tiny surrenders, each one so small you barely notice until you look up and realize you are standing at the bottom of a pit you do not remember entering. First, I stopped going to the gym just for a week, I told myself. Then eating changed or stopped. I stopped answering the phone. My mom called and I watched it ring. Work became the only thing that still made sense. But then work started slipping too. My manager called me in. Is everything okay at home? I lied, said it was fine. It happened again. Interlude. The girl at the coffee shop. October 2023. I forced myself to leave the house. My therapist said I needed to re-engage with the world. So I went to Starbucks. That is when I saw her. She was sitting in the corner, laptop open, head tilted the same way, the exact same way. For 3 full seconds, I was certain it was my ex-wife. I left my drink on the counter and walked out. Sat in my car for 20 minutes, hands shaking. It was not even her. It was not even close, really. Grief does not care about logic. It sees what it wants to see. You are never getting better. You are just learning to carry it. Chapter 4, The Void. There's a place where you go when the falling finally stops. It is not sad. That would require too much feeling. It is not angry. Anger takes energy. It is just nothing. An absence so complete it becomes its own presence. I called in sick to work. Then I called in sick again. Then I stopped calling. They let me go. Of course they did. Netflix became the only structure. Episode after episode. Not because I enjoyed anything, just because it filled the silence. The void does not want you to die. That would be an act, a decision. The void just wants you to disappear slowly. But I know exactly how I got out. It was a raccoon, sitting in my driveway, broken, waiting. Another interlude for funsies, 2:47 a.m., the night after the raccoon. I could not sleep. I kept thinking about its eyes, how still they were, how they tracked me without fear, just waiting. At 2:47 a.m., I Googled raccoon broken leg recovery time. At 3:15, I found a forum post from someone whose rescue did not make it. Sometimes you do everything right and it still ends badly. I closed my laptop, opened it again. When Andrea texted me the next morning, he's eating, good sign. I cried in my car in the Walmart parking lot. It was not just about the raccoon. It was never just about the raccoon. Part 3, the light. Now I want you guys to pay attention to the background. It's gonna like transition into like a lighter theme. Finding the way back, another quote, well, this is the quote by Rumi. The wound is the place where the light enters you, which is very true. I very much believe in that quote. Chapter 5, mac and cheese and grace. This is years earlier for time context. Before the divorce, before the void, before any of it, I met her once. I was 22, working at Memphis Fresh Food Market, just a job. A boy in a wheelchair, reached for the mac and cheese, the blue box, but it was on the top shelf. And his arms could not reach. I walked over, grabbed it, handed it to him. And then I looked up at her. She was standing at the end of the aisle, another employee. She had stopped what she was doing to watch, and when our eyes met, she smiled. Not a flirty smile, not a customer service smile, just warm. 15 years later, I see that smile again in a pet photo on a dating app. Her name was Adina. The door, first day at Marley's Castle. I parked in the gravel lot and did not get up 10 minutes. It was smaller than I expected. Painted, peeling. I hated painted signs that looked like a child made it. Marley's Castle Wildlife Rescue. What was I doing here? I was an engineer. I debugged systems. The void had almost killed me, and I knew it. I opened the door. The door creaked when I pushed it open. Andrea looked up. Svetomir, you made it. I had made it, barely, but I had made it. 3 months later, I would walk through that same door and feel like I was coming home. Yo, what's up? Chapter 6, the raccoon. His name was Bandit. Of course it was. I know you're not supposed to name them, but Andrea called him Bandit anyway, just between us. His leg healed. It took weeks. Careful splinting, medication, and physical therapy for a raccoon who did not understand that humans were trying to help. Watching Bandit heal felt like watching a mirror. He was scared at first, defensive. The world had hurt him, so he expected more hurt. But slowly, day by day, he started to trust. The day we released him, I cried again. He did not run, not at first. He sat at the edge, sniffing the air, looking back at us. I like to think he was saying goodbye. He waddled into the undergrowth and disappeared. First release is always the hardest, Andrea said. It gets easier, but also it doesn't. Interlude, what I didn't say. So this is like when your mind is racing nonstop and you can't sleep. This is like what you wish you would have done or said. The conversation I rehearsed but never had. I would tell her, I know why we ended. I worked too much. I thought providing meant being absent. I would tell her, I am sorry I made you feel alone in a house with 2 people. I would tell her, I hope you found someone who knows how to be present. I never said any of this. She never asked. Maybe I just needed to say it to myself. Chapter 7, Marley's Castle. It's almost over, I'm sorry. Marley's Castle Wildlife Rescue became my second home, named after a dog who taught her that every life has value no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. I threw myself into the work, learned everything I could, became certified. The animals taught me things I could not learn anywhere else. Patience, from the baby squirrels who needed to be fed every 2 hours around the clock. Resilience, from the birds who would break wings and learn to fly again. Trust, from the raccoons who would arrive terrified and slowly learn that not all humans mean harm. Each rehabilitation was a story, each release was a triumph and a grief. Release, that is what it was. I was releasing more than just the animals. I was releasing the idea that my value came from my job title or my salary or my marriage. My value came from this, from showing up, from caring. Interlude, the engineering of worry. 4 a.m. watching squirrel feeding videos. I used to stay up until 3 a.m. debugging code that nobody else could crack. People called it obsession. I called it caring. Or crazy. The void made me think I had lost that person. Turns out I had not lost him. I had just been pointing him at the wrong things. Worry is an achiever's drive. The problem was never that I cared too much. It was that I cared about things that did not care back. Code does not know you stayed up all night for it. But a baby squirrel who is alive because you got up at 2 a.m. for a feeding, that is something worth the exhaustion. Chapter 8, the vision. Andrea called it the look. She said she could always tell when a volunteer was going to stick around. I got the look. And then I got something else, an idea. I had been a software engineer for 15 years and kept watching Andrea struggle with spreadsheets and paper forms. What if there was an app? I asked her one day. I could build it. I said, I could build it for you. And just like that, I had a purpose again. Not the old purpose, the one that was really about ego, a new one, a purpose that came from love, not fear. I started designing Paul's track that night. It's a fun little interlude here about Movement Music Festival, if any of you guys have ever been. Great time. Everyone on Discord, can they hear me good? Because when I turn this way, I sound way different in the mic.
You do.
So is it bad, like on Discord, can they hear? Yeah. Okay, all right.
Well, I was over in the other room and it did make a difference, different things. Like some of it was bad.
Around the world. Yeah, okay, so like right here, all right. She took me to Movement, to electronic music festival in Hart Plaza. Thousands of people, bass so loud you felt it in your chest. The old me would have called it impractical. Adina danced. She did not dance well. She did not care. I danced. I do not dance. I have never danced. But she grabbed my hands and pulled me into the crowd, and I realized there is no how. You just move. Thank you, I said. For what? For making me feel like myself, the version I forgot existed. She squeezed my hand and said that version was always there, he just needed permission. Chapter 9, this is a sort of a dedication to my ex-girlfriend, Adina. This is after the divorce. Her name was Delicate in Hebrew, gentle. That is not quite right. She is gentle, yes, with the animals, with me, with the broken things that she keeps putting back together. But delicate implies fragile, and there is nothing fragile about her. She has cats, 5 of them, each one with a story, each one a rescue. Stormy, the firstborn, gray and white, utterly convinced she runs the household she does. Sunny, who showed up as a stray and decided he lived there now. No discussion, no negotiation. He walked in one day and never left. Breezy, the adventurer who climbs things no cat should climb and looks at you like you are the unreasonable one for questioning her choices. Shady, the heater seeker who finds warm spots the way water finds low ground. If there is a sunbeam, Shady is in it. If there is a laptop, Shady is on it. Reina, whose name means queen, brown and beige and fluffy, surveying her kingdom with benevolent grace, she tolerates the others barely. 5 cats, 1 woman, a house that is never quite fur-free. This is what home looks like. A couch that is never quite clean, food bowls that somehow emptied themselves, a bed that fits 2 humans and somehow accommodates everyone. The sound of paws on hardwood floors, the warmth of body pressed against yours. The unconditional love that asks for nothing but your presence. The first time she invited me over, I was nervous. What if I did not fit? What if the cats hated me? What if I was too broken? Still, to deserve something this soft. Stormy sniffed my hand for a full minute. Then she climbed into my lap and started purring. Adina laughed. She never does that with new people. What does it mean? It means she sees something worth trusting. I looked at Adina. She was smiling, not the customer service smile, not the polite smile you give strangers. The same smile from the grocery store, from the pasta aisle, from 15 years ago. Can I stay? I asked. Yes, she said, stay. I promise this is almost over. This got a lot longer last time I realized, so my bad. And this is called The First Kiss Interlude. So we have been dating for 3 weeks. She wanted to show me Windsor. It's different, she said, from the other side. So we drove across the Ambassador Bridge, passports in hand, into another country. I want to kiss you, I said. Dork. I do not say things like that. I calculate risks, but I was learning. Some things cannot be optimized. She smiled. What took you so long? The kiss was not perfect. Our noses bumped. We laughed. Then we tried again. Perfect. And this is the end here. Epilogue. That's what that means. Okay. And suddenly you know it's time to start something new and trust the magic of beginnings. Meister Eckhart. Max is 18 years old. He is a cat, Adina's oldest. He moves slowly now, careful with joints that have carried him through almost 2 decades. But every morning he makes his way to the sunny spot by the window and settles in. He is living, not surviving, not enduring, living. I think about that a lot, how I spent years surviving and how close I came to ending without ever having lived. Max does not care about metrics. He cares about the warm spot, the humans who show up and love him. This is what I want now. I still have hard days. The void does not disappear, it just gets smaller. But then I get up anyway. I go to Marley's castle, I feed the baby squirrels, I work on Paul's track, I come home to Adina and the cats, and I remember I did not survive to go back to surviving. I survived to live. Nothing but green lights ahead. And this is just like, I'm just gonna leave this up on the screen. I don't need to read this. Yeah.
That was great.
Thanks.
You're away with words, man.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I love to write. It's like a hobby. And then just one last thing, I'm just gonna show you what pause track is, so you guys can get some context of like what I just spent 10 minutes talking about. Yeah, so I built this thing because literally what she was doing, Andrea, she was just getting phone calls, text messages constantly and just texting people, hey, can you help with this, injured raccoon, blah, blah, blah. So this application is designed to help track volunteers, track animals, keep track of animal files, medical history, volunteer management, scheduling for shifts, smart notifications, medical records, reporting, basic reporting. And so if I log in, it does have a little cute dark light mode. If I log into one second.
That's very cool.
Thanks.
What did you build it in?
This uses Pern, so it's Postgres, Express, React, and Node.
Okay.
Yep, and I'm using Railway to deploy it. CI/CD. I bought the domain on Namecheap, and then I'm just using Railway to deploy and host it. So
Who hosts it?
Railway.
Oh, Railway does it?
Yep. Sorry, one moment. Bear with me just a second. Anybody else here use password vaults and you're just like, oh yeah, let me try to remember the.
I just use the word password. With a capital P.
Yeah, who would?
No, you don't, Scott.
Yeah.
Don't lie.
And the S's are 5s.
Well, that's good.
So it's tricky that way. Oh, that's, shoot, I just told you.
Easy to remember.
I gotta change it. Oh, shoot.
Behold, please.
Well, we're all gonna have to go and log in and play with it now.
Oh, please. Yeah, it's got a full sign up thing.
What if I don't have a cat? It's okay?
This is not just cats. This is like wildlife.
Oh.
So like raccoons,
guy-
opossums,
I have
turtles.
2 guys that would love this website.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Why is it always that when you
It's only when you.
you did not see that? You did not see it was you did not see it.
Murphy's Law of signing in.
That's the same password I have in my luggage. You gotta hear it, we gotta pay the
Set Scott up, we know his password.
Oh, you're kidding?
Don't worry about it, man, that's okay, we'll just,
Oh man, okay,
Play with
fine,
it.
whatever. Yeah, just play with it.
What is now?
well, I have a YouTube, queued up of Matt Balos, my friend who's a composer, who's gonna volunteer his composing
Oh,
skills.
he's the mystery and composer?
Yeah, he lives in Grosse Pointe, he's Kerrigan's best friend,
Right.
and, he is a phenomenal.
Everybody knows my admin password now.
And,
on
he's
Discord too.
volunteering his time.
Brilliant.
He always wanted to compose for games, so this is a chance for him to challenge him.
Sound effects kind of thing?
No, just the music behind the games, you know?
Yeah.
Everyone's different.
Good Lord, every time you demo something, it never works. All right, Murphy's Law. Okay,
No worries, man. That's great.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it.
Just so you know, sorry, I've got easily 20 years on you. That is called the law of demos.
It is the law of demos. It's an allegory. What do they call it? An allegory too? No.
Oh, thanks.
No, it's always check your tech.
It's part of Murphy's Law. What do they call that? An adjunct to Murphy's Law.
Oh, right there.
Yeah, jelly side down, all that stuff. So, hey, did you ever see that? You ever hear the thought experiment of taping a piece of toast with jelly on it to a cat, and then throwing the cat over upside down to see what do you do? The cat, and did it land on its feet, or is it in jelly side down? Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember where I heard that. It was pretty funny. Anyway, Alan, if you can, we're gonna everyone around the world here and here in Royal Oak, Michigan. We're going to show a quick YouTube demo of Matt Balos, my son's best friend, who lives in Grosse Pointe, Michigan, and he is a musician, graduated from Wayne State. He couldn't be here tonight, but he wants to volunteer and help people compose music for games. Ted, nice to see you, man. Thanks for coming. Okay, everyone say goodbye to Ted. That was our TED Talk. That was my TED Talk right there.
That was my TED Talk.
Yeah. So whenever I want to have a TED Talk, I just call Ted. So I don't know how we can do this, but he's the master. Alan Cantino designed this building and built it out himself over the last few years, and he's built quite a technology wonder here, and 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 give him a chance. Give him a chance. Give him a chance. Give him a on the screen here. Well, keep the questions coming if you guys have any more questions. Although it's quite all right if you guys want to just start outlining your game, coming up with the smart decisions, and that's what we're doing tonight. We're just kind of meeting each other, getting, working out the kinks, and getting ready to go off and on your own with your team, come up with a game, and stay in touch with us throughout the next 4 weeks. And we'll be monitoring the channels and helping you answer questions. Yeah.
So are we going to have another event on March 11th?
March 11th, here.
Okay.
And we're going to play all the games that are finished, and then we're going to judge them, and the winner gets, glory and honor, and, $50 and a $50 gift card. $50, man. So, that's what my dad used to say. He used to say, hey, $50, $50. Usually it came right after they said, did you really kiss that guy? No.
Right, and that's like, if you got 10 people, that's like $5 a piece.
Yeah, my dad was a card. He was the jack of spades. So, anyway, thank you guys again. I just want to say, this sounds like a telethon. Like you got to just keep it going. Then you come back after commercial break. Okay, let's look at the board. See what we got. See how many dollars we've made. No, we haven't made any. But that's okay. That's not what we're doing it for. We're doing it for the creativity of it, the spontaneity of it.
So did the Matt composer guy that we just watched the video of, did he sign in for music on the Discord?
He is getting his Discord set up.
Oh, okay.
He is not a Discord type person. He is very hands-on, real world, hands on the keyboards kind of person. He's not your typical kid with his nose in the cell phone. He's not. He's a very accomplished, smart guy who really believes in what he does music-wise. So if he's not playing the piano or playing some kind of instrument, he's certainly not on the phone messing around.
Maybe we can post his contact info in there?
I'm going to ask him how he wants to communicate with people. Okay. If people show and express an interest in his music, Matt would love to help. I will get you guys in touch, like I said, through Brent and on the Discord. Just ask the question, say, hey, we would like to use Matt, and we'll get you guys connected. And Matt's going to sign up for Discord now that he knows it's part of this game design jam, the game jam. All right, I don't have anything else to say now, so thank you guys out there who are listening, and really appreciate everyone coming. We want to give a high five to Alan for doing what he does and hosting us tonight.
Thank you, Alan.
I mean, if you guys were here in the studio and you see all the Discords up on the channels, and he's switching from live channels, and actually have like all our cell phones. We have the app on our cell phones, so we're actually all our cameramen walking around the building, and he can switch between all of our phones and play back. And all this is also being recorded live, and afterwards we'll have it on demand, so you can actually watch all this later. So if someone does want to join next week, they could actually watch this, on YouTube or whatever, and see what we're talking about. Yes, Dave.
I was just going to say, could you tell us a little more about the capabilities of the studio?
Yes, Alan could. I'm a very, very laid-back, easygoing kind of guy. I don't speak the lingo. I'm very good at getting people pumped up and getting them excited about collaborating and working in the community. But Alan, he built it himself. So it would be I'd really be a bad substitute for him. So Alan, why don't you come up and tell us a little bit more about the studio and what you did and how people can take advantage of it, even if they're not here in Royal Oak.
Hey. So this is essentially a duplicate of many broadcast television studios that I've built. So we can do multi-camera live television production from this building and all four of the studios as soon as I get the fourth studio finished. This is the third studio space that we're in right now, and it's not finished yet. I still have work to do, but as soon as I finish this one, then I'm going to do the fourth one, which is the large film style soundstage. But yeah, that's the capabilities are essentially anything a live television broadcast can do, we can do. So we can do webinar, multi-camera interfaces. Right now we're interfacing with Zoom, Discord, YouTube and Facebook all simultaneously for simulcasting. And so anybody in the Zoom meeting can be a camera source that we can switch to and talk to and interact with. Same with any of the other webinar softwares. You can do it with team meetings. Any of the other Zoom competitors you can do it with. So, and like he said, who's ever on the same network can also use their phone as a camera. So anybody who's on the same network can be a camera operator interactive with the studio system, so you can talk and respond and hear what's going on from any room anywhere on the network. So the right now we're demonstrating just the basic simulcast capabilities. We haven't actually had anybody from the other world turn their cameras on yet. So everybody's pretty much just listening and watching. They're not participating yet, but they could, if they wanted to. We could switch them on and show them on camera, and they could talk to everybody. We can interact with them if they were so bold enough. But yeah, everybody's pretty much just going through Discord and chatting and trading messages right now. So, but and you should be able to see this broadcast on Discord right now too. As long as this is still up and running. It went blank, so I'm not sure why. This is. It's still on the right video source, right? So I'm not sure why the camera went out. Yeah, there it is, finally. And of course, now we get the infinity. So I just had to turn it off and on again. So, and like we haven't heard that before, right?
Hello, how are you? I'm Joseph Bransick. I am a digital artist, creator. Been doing VR for about 6 years now. And also part of a 3D printing company called Ponyboy Pop Art. We've been doing the Comic-Con in Detroit here for 6 years. And we have some representatives here to show a few pieces. I'm going to show this little one that I have here, and I'll take it up to the camera. If somebody wants to do that for me, that'd be great. But it is a Frankenstein character that was created in VR and then 3D printed and hand painted. So if you can see that. So, oh, there's no light on it. Yeah, it's really hard to see. You need some light on it. Yep, anyway, so that's the character. And, something like that I sculpted in less than 10 minutes, probably. And hand painted it. But this isn't really the representation of what we do. We actually do really high quality 3D prints of like Marvel and DC and Star Wars, Star Trek, every pop art genre. We also have been dabbling making games. I've been making games in VR for about 5 years. So, making games for desktop or mobile isn't the most fun. I mean, it's nothing compared to what VR can establish for you. But anyway, so I'm here as a representative of Seam Effects, Arts Jam, and Ponyboy Pop Art. And I'm going to have a few of my colleagues come up and just show a few pieces other than a weird little Frankenstein picture image.
Is that your Instagram, Ponyboy Pop Art?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Is that good? Can everyone hear me? Yeah. How's it going, everyone? My name's Skylar. I've met everyone here, but anyone listening online, I'm part of the Ponyboy Pop Art Studio. Me and my dad here. This is Ponyboy, so this is his studio. He's the one that started it, and then I'm Rat Boy. That's my artist name I go by. But as Joe said, we all do the 3D printing and stuff, and his was cool with the VR, but this is more of the stuff me, Joe, and my dad do on like a more daily basis. Like this is more of an earlier piece. And then this is more something we do now. I mean, it's like Magneto. I don't know if you guys are familiar with like the X-Men, but he's a big bad villain.
And I'm a child of the 70s, so this was just an Elven Ranger that I found that I thought was extra cool, and decided to paint him up in the old style leather.
Yeah.
What do you guys charge for stuff like that?
I mean, it just kind of depends. Something like this would probably be somewhere in the $200 range. $250, something like that. We're pretty affordable, especially because we're 3D printing it. So the material cost isn't much, which is good on our end, obviously. So we don't have to charge. Yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, we're having fun doing it. This is something that I enjoy doing. I love Magneto, so I'm not, seeing it as I got to sell this. It's like, if it doesn't sell, it goes right in my room when I get home.
For sure.
Exactly.
Like a lot of these are passion projects. One of my favorites is I did a life-size Demogorgon ripping through the Upside Down, and it literally is this wide, this tall, and is a wall hanging.
Okay,
And,
so for something like that, you would charge like what?
I have not received anything, but I was asking for anywhere from $2,000 to $3,000 for that one. And it was.
It's huge. It's bigger than what he was saying.
It was 100 pieces. I took it to the Comic-Cons and had a couple of people. One was great. This must have been like 13-year-old girl who had dressed up as 11, and she's standing like this, and it is literally looming over her. But
Do you have a photo of this?
yeah, it's actually if you go to.
It's on our
Can I bring it up
website.
here, or-
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time with this.
Sorry, excuse me.
I'll back out of the way.
It's on Instagram.
Actually, if you go Ponyboy Pop Art, all one word,
Art.com.
.com.
Yeah,
.com.
you can just feel the material.
Pony.
Pony Boy or Pony
Yep,
Oh?
Ponyboy.
Oops.
So is that hand painted too, or?
Yeah, everything here. That was all done by me. Yeah.
Oh, Pony Boy Pop Art. I just
Most pieces
screwed
come
that
apart.
all up.
Other smaller pieces. You just kind of put it together like a puzzle.
There we go.
That's me.
So-
And,
Oh, it's a gremlin.
and if we scroll down, there's that's the focus piece.
Now, can people on Discord see this?
Oh,
Yeah.
should I not have clicked it?
That's awesome. Thank you.
And
Oh, cool. That's from Lord of the Rings.
You have to switch it in there.
Oh.
you know, I probably should have taken you a different route because I've got a lot of focus pieces now at this point.
The Mace of Moloch ball.
Oh, you know that.
That's my favorite weapon.
That is also a
Really?
life
That's
size.
that's from
It's
Skyrim.
loose hanging on that thing. Made it look like wood, like this rack, and it's loose, it hangs and dangles.
Wait, what is that from again?
Skyrim.
Skyrim, yeah.
Voldemort.
Mother of Dragons. Like Khaleesi sculpt.
We've
I
done
am
a
so
few
sorry.
pieces by
I'm
now.
just
That's
sending
okay.
you on a wild goose chase.
No.
But thank you. I appreciate you just showing off all my stuff.
Yeah, I think everybody's cool with.
Oh,
looking
there
at
we
all
go.
this
Oh, there it
cool
is.
stuff. There it is.
Oh, no way. That's
Let's
sick.
see,
Should I click on
Go
it?
ahead and click on that one and then.
side a little.
Oh, so sorry. So sorry.
Oh.
Wow,
Her box of eggs.
that's amazing.
I heard you guys are working on like a Balrog or something. Is that true?
Yeah, I did I'm not sure. Let's see if you should
Balrog
have,
demon?
I don't even know if I have it on my Instagram yet. But yeah, I did a Balrog statue, which is about probably 3 feet tall, 3 feet wide, all together. The scene on the on the bridge.
It's
with Gandalf.
Gandalf. Oh.
Do a studio?
Yeah, I mean, we work out of our garage.
Nice.
So we have a detached garage for an extra cars, but we just kind of turned it into our 3D printing.
Dude, I want to buy them all.
So that's where we do it.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so there's.
Skylar, you could give your Instagram in the chat, Skylar.
You actually see it on there.
Yeah, put the Instagram in the chat, people can go and see it.
So I don't know if you would be able to get that at all, but that is the ball rug that you were talking about.
Oh.
Yeah, just bring it
How do I go back?
Yeah.
Can you zoom in on this?
Philip, go to it. Can you do that? Or like be a little closer? Yeah, come closer. Keep going, keep telling.
It's really not showing up.
Oh, now
There you go.
Yeah, that's good. You can see.
But you can see right here, that's Gandalf. Oops. That's Gandalf there, and that's the Balrog. And that Balrog stands about that tall.
What the heck? That's crazy. Oh, it's like
So it's probably, 3 feet wide. And I'm currently working on the base universal monsters from 1930s and 50s.
You're stuck on the.
we got it.
Yeah, we need a picture of you next to it so we get a sense of scale, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like open mic night. So here in the studio in Royal Oak, it kind of feels like open mic night or some kind of like, or you just feel like coming up here and saying something. So that's what I'm doing. I'm also work with the guys from Pony Boys and do a few pieces compared to them. I have to drive. It's a 1 hour drive to their house, so I only go out once a week. So I do a few pieces compared to them. They've got dozens and dozens of pieces that they do throughout the year. And now they're doing commissions. So if you see something you like and you want something, or maybe something that doesn't even exist, but you want us to imagine it in 3D printing, we can do that. And everything's hand painted. So everything you see is a one-of-a-kind piece of art. You know, once it's printed, we treat it ourselves, you know, and we paint it the way we think brings out the character and all that. So I've seen some amazing work. And Skylar, you know, in the 2 years that I've known him, his skills have gone like through the roof in painting skills. And I've been watching him, and when I finish and getting something close to the end, I always show it to him and ask him, "Is this look okay?" You know, because he's like the authority in my mind, even though I'm 4 times older than he is, or 6 times older. No, 4 times. So he's definitely come a long way. And if anyone's ever played with 3D printing or not, it's really a great skill to have. What I want to say is, like, I've been doing digital animation and art on a computer for decades, and I used to be all pen and pencil and ink and painting, and I got away from it because of the digital art. But because of these guys and working in 3D printing, now my studio now is covered with paintbrushes and paint bottles, and I'm doing painting again. So it's kind of a mix of the new technology and the old skills that I've had all my life as a painter. So my mom would be very happy because she was a painter all her life, but she never knew of anything like 3D printing, you know. So we're actually creating, you know, modern sculpture in a digital way, but the hand painting is still the traditional practice. So it's kind of cool, mix of the two genres. So how are we doing on the agenda here, the itinerary? Are we just...
I think we're good. If anybody else wants to show anything.
Yeah, do we have any more questions online? Did we see something pop up?
Any more questions
Okay.
online? One thing I wanted to show you guys.
Yeah,
really
come on up.
quick. So if anybody would like to join the game jam, there's a bunch of people forming teams and stuff, it looks like. So choose your team name. There's a bunch of people looking to get connected too. Also, I wanted to show you the Love Bites Game Jam page, which is on itch.io, so you can find it. If you need help, finding it, let me know. I'll hook you up. But this is the page here. You can read the rules if you're ever wondering what the rules are. But there's some people in here posting. They're looking for artists, and it's Alex Stara's first game jam. So he's just looking to connect with people and learn the ropes. And so there's all kinds of shapes and sizes. We have, veterans and newbies and all kinds of people looking to, make a game together. So thank you all for coming. Now we're going to break off and we're going to make a game.
See you on March 11th.
See you back on March 11th. We will be announcing the winners. So stay tuned. We'll be sure to update you soon. All right, off to the races. Cool. All right, let's keep going. Clock is ticking.
Hurry up, you only got 4 weeks.
I got 4 weeks.
Are you doing one? Or
No,
who's
I'm the
doing
judge.
one?
I can't be the
You
judge.
can't. Is there anyone here doing, or they're just helping?
There's help. I think they're all helping, but there might be. You never know. They might not want to talk about it because they want about $50. Remember you wanted to move your rat race? We're not making you.
Oh, hey, look at my dog.
Oh, there you go. That's cool. Yeah, that's so beautiful.
So I'll keep an eye on the survey, and I'll be sure to, ask questions and stuff. But I think they might be already off making games and stuff. Looks like they're already connected.
They're probably trying to.
They're probably
their game.
they're probably
not.
thinking.
They're probably not listening to this.
How can you tell who's watching?
Well, you can't tell who's watching, but you can tell who's online.
We can just ask people, hey, whoever, give us a hands up. Give us a high five if you're listening.
Give us a high five if you're listening. Say what's up.
Can you hear us?
Is there anybody?
Is there anybody out there? Well, we shall see. Stay tuned.
I made that Darth Vader up there too. That one up there, yeah.
Oh, sweet. Oh, that's cool. You got a little slideshow going.
Oh, it's gotta be. I see them paint them. I'd like to see how they do it.
Evil turtle.
They ask if they, there might be like a menu that they choose from.
How about Mario, but you play it with a Goomba?
You're just waiting for Mario.
You have to dodge Mario as he's trying to jump on you. That's the whole game. And it's just a clock.
Should I shut down the Zoom meeting? You wanna do that?
Oh, really? Where you're a Goomba and you dodge Mario? The high score?
Yeah.
Just like,
Okay, yeah, I've never. Yeah, so for this one, we had, we had.
I helped out my little cousin, like it's a cousin, like my second
Yep,
cousin.
and they're hearing us talk,
Some art.
and they're doing whatever they're doing to connect with other people.
They still here?
Yeah, you can see them, talking.
They can hear us talk?
Yeah.
No, I don't know if right now they can. Because, oh no, he's still alive, he hasn't showed up yet.
I would love it. I don't know how old it is, but I was thinking I was, I could probably.
crank it through.
Oh,
Like,
my
So I'm gonna need some food?
Yeah, I
it's
might
like
need it,
one of
and then I
those
would
stuff
just
like
probably bake it,
I was over
like a
at,
little piece to test it to see if it's, if it
I went to,
Yeah. Well, what
trying to stay
I
away
had
from
I had
to
so
be
much
around
fast food, but I went
after
to and
enough,
get Kentucky
but
Fried Chicken, so I
you know
had to
what
do that.
But
I was starving because I was hanging around the little bear over at Spiops.
So then it's like.
Oh, you told me about it, yeah.
Because we're gonna be shooting it.
because whatever I was putting on after mine was
And then, it's like,
oil
all
or
of a sudden,
something,
our
like
producer,
it was leaving it, I
his
don't
name,
know if
well,
it was
he's
from the
just a
top,
coordinator, it's like we have the equipment.
but, yeah.
Oh, I have to.
I think I got a bunch, yeah,
I
yeah.
quit.
Good to see you, man.
You too. We'll see you
You know,
on
like,
Sunday.
but I would make my own little
Tuesday?
days.
Tuesday works?
Tuesday I will, because I'm driving to see my brother in Howell,
Okay.
and then after that, I'm coming back to you guys.
Right?
So I'll be a little bit
And
late.
just the way they poke it, they kind of just,
Sunday?
they just
Or
show
no?
kind of little things, but
Maybe.
they really punch in
No,
like the
surely
punch and
Tuesday.
all that,
Tuesday,
and
all right.
then
Sounds good.
they.
All right, buddy.
Hopefully we have better news on Comic-Con.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, me too. That would be
But
so
I would
fun.
love to do that.
Yeah, and I like, I don't know what girls use, but I feel like pink is like the best.
That's right, yeah.
I've never used
But I
it.
would always spray it,
I wish we could talk more with my guys when we're
What'd you do to your
Like
one?
a curl spray. No, not much, Raj, I was.
I got stuff I wanna say
Sometimes it was
about
like,
that I was making.
clear coat.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Sure, stuff.
All right, see you guys.
So what do you think of Big Rod
Somebody just going to, what was it?
last night?
Big Rod?
Viking.
It was just like.
Oh, yeah, I saw
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
This week.
Yeah, that
Oh,
I know, it's so
was,
random.
that was cool. I got
what's your party?
Yeah.
Wait, when you went to the party and they like,
Oh, she's not. I was at the party, but the yeah, she went to, like, she was right, but she took our lot. And, you know, like, her boyfriend,
Yeah. The way they did it was,
well, they, you know, it's kind of like this kind of thing, you know, like,
to an interview.
it was.
Very,
Like, they went to, like, her and her boyfriend.
It's just,
He started. And then they were
it's like,
Oh, I feel like.
mine's with you
Well, I remember, well, it's a sad story, but
Texans versus the Normans.
yeah.
friend,
Banging at each other.
you know,
right?
like, when I had been,
He's
I
doing the same thing,
don't
but
know,
we're
you
just
probably have kids, but,
Viking.
Not
you
yet.
know, not yet, but maybe, right, but some of my kids were older, and, well, I was,
Before that, you had.
you know, you just meet the moms, and they're like trying to do cartwheels and all that, so this one,
she has lots of kids.
And then he
oh,
got
yeah,
into,
so like,
so
anyway, we,
2 to 5
you
years
know, we
ago.
just kind of
And that's
became,
when
you know, we
started
talk
building
every
all
day,
this
cause,
stuff. And I said,
because
so
we're
who's
cartwheels,
teaching
so,
you,
you know, we
like,
do
all the moves
everything,
and
but
things like
she
that?
brought me a little starter of it.
Our
And it
society
sounded-
does.
But it sounded so gross.
So,
You know, that's,
Yeah,
it's fine.
it's like-
But she said she was,
teacher.
well, she just said she got it from a friend who
It's
got
a
it from a
community
friend
and
who
they
got it,
pass,
and I'm like,
It's a live fungus.
wow,
It's not even
wow,
the
is it at
hand-to-hand
that point?
No,
Well,
it
it is
You
a
know
lot,
the
it's
thing
not.
that's fanatical
Well,
about.
anyway, I didn't know what it was,
It's-
but
it's-
anyway, I
it's
don't,
bacteria,
didn't know what it is,
it's
but
not
when you
fungus.
say stuff to do.
with
Culture
moves and,
bacteria.
the styles and martial
Right,
arts.
it's not just the, right,
Yeah.
it's not just the choreography, it's the actual living in
I
the
wanna,
moment.
you know,
It
it'd be
was like
interesting
one of, it was
just
one of Brent's
see if I
best
could
friends.
see what that looks like, you know, online.
So when I hear
Probably can find
salad,
it.
Cause they have a big event coming up in Lansing,
and I wish I made it,
Oh, yeah.
because, you know, I would've,
So,
but anyway.
called
You can
the
still do
fire.
it.
But anyway, I'll do
In
it.
memory of your best friend.
Yeah, honestly, that's what I think of, because when you say sour, I
think he's
can't
going to Sweden
help
and
but
then coming
think of
back
her,
and then
because
doing the Lansing.
she's the first one.
When I,
So
when I-
young, isn't that young?
That was six.
Kathy.
My mom, that's my mom, sort of through.
Oh, Brent's my,
I was gonna say, is that Brent's mom? I was gonna ask.
because he looked kind of alike.
Oh, yeah, no, we do.
Yeah,
We do, we do.
So obviously, no Hannah's
Time sharing with the other two.
Well, I just met, I
He had
just met
left.
Hannah, but I only heard good
When you
things
came.
about Hannah.
I don't know which, okay,
She came up.
because,
Yeah,
I mean,
but she's an artist
because
too,
I'm
and,
from
yeah,
outstanding accent.
I'm an artist, and,
Cause he was
Are you an artist?
So we're
yeah.
like this.
Actually, I brought, I did bring some of my art, I didn't know if I don't
It's
do graphic.
gonna be my first tattoo I want to make.
Oh, I don't.
It's actually, I put water in it.
But I'm
My
connected.
hair, actually,
I thought
my
you used to water.
hairdresser has a
So-
sister that
And
does.
he wanted to go.
You're gonna want to tattoo artist to draw, so you
Water
wanna have
It's
the.
Mitchell.
Actually, her stuff was.
I want to brainstorm some ideas here.
I don't know, well, maybe, yeah, but.
Would you be
I
down?
will say that I've drawn things
That's fine.
Because
But would you be
yeah,
down
they
to
probably have
brainstorm
that,
some
because
ideas?
they probably know how to do it.
I'm just-
Well, this one
Oh,
here,
yeah, I saw him
she
with a
showed me her
hand- he had her
sister's
hand-
work. I
yeah,
was
because
like,
Water can't.
she was, oh, my sister's an artist, but now
Yeah,
she's
but
just doing
she
it
is-
too, so she
they
shows
have
me
this-
her stuff.
Guys, I'll be.
Are they
Oh,
realistic
sometimes
tattoos,
no,
or are
it's
they?
just going on
So
for
beautiful,
years.
yeah.
Because I want to get a really
Just
raw, realistic tattoo.
beautiful.
Like,
Well, you could look at it. I'll
I've
give
never
her
seen
an
his
email.
that.
I'll give you
I
an email.
didn't know he had that size.
what's a
So
good
you
tattoo?
two know each other.
I don't know.
So I should call you.
We met
In a row.
we met at Trixie's
He dresses like a fool.
When we
Oh,
and walks
okay.
around in his school
Milan
costume.
and Austin and Emma,
Oh, you
we
all
were
met
all
him?
playing
I met him,
little,
and he
yeah,
says
we
his
took him
name's
home with
Mitchell.
us
I know.
and we all played board games.
Then I saw him again.
And that's how you found
Good to
out
see
about
you
the
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked her when's your next party. I'd love to come. She's like, today. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But,
I'm glad you came.
Very
I
nice guy.
enjoyed your
Happy
writing.
all the time.
Thank you.
I really do.
Yeah, that was
I
cool.
do like,
At the
what
next
do you
start.
consider that,
I
like
said Mitchell.
poetry or just?
The way I
Poetry?
designed it is like a
Comic-Con.
four act
Oh,
play.
yeah, you have the books with the 3D
Like
printing.
kind of like
Because it
Romeo and
was-
Juliet,
because it
where you
was-
get like the
Yeah.
introduction, where you get to
Yeah.
meet the characters, a prologue,
Yeah.
an idea of what's coming, and then you've got like the dramatic arc
And I
that
never
Yeah.
starts.
I guess the idea is my horror story. I love
I knew
short
Jane's
horror
side.
stories. It's
You
like,
should
I
make
make
it
them
into
a little
years.
funny. So
Writing in a four act structure.
Yeah.
Four act
Yeah,
structure.
no,
Look
that's
that
a
up.
really good idea. I love
It-
that.
I
it-
remember
because it
writing in
sets
all
the
my
story.
classes in college,
Yeah, she's
and I'm
great.
like, I've never seen
But,
anything
you know, I was like,
Bill, I
Yeah,
have to
if you
say,
love
I
hearing
loved,
this all
I
the time.
I love
loved it,
writing.
but it's been
Mitchell, he would
so
go, Jane,
long,
this is
like
You guys
I
want me to
kinda
read-
stepped
do you want me to
away.
read you some of my poems?
It's never, nothing's about film, about anything.
Yes.
It's just every time he saw me.
They're not
he started
bad.
talking about Jane. I don't even know why he was.
Like, do you want a happy
He's
poem,
probably
or do
Jane
you
was
want like
talking to me, knows I
Just
know
read
it.
us your favorite.
But,
my favorite?
you know, it's like what we're really supposed to be doing. It's like, that's why I didn't want to get into the whole, fighting.
So you do it, you write out the text.
Okay, here we go. This one's good.
Yell back.
In youth, the world gleams with boundless light, a playground for dreams and endless flight. We search for love and a lasting legacy, embarking on paths through shadows and
And I'm
mystery.
really busy.
As seasons pass, we guide the young, sharing wisdom and values our hearts have sung. Through hardships and joy we navigate, with faith and resolve we cultivate.
You know, I
But
don't.
life's river flows
So I
relentless and
distance
swift,
myself.
leaving us yearning for
Anybody that's
times
gonna start
adrift.
talking about stuff.
5 decades
not
and
related
4 with
to-
a love so rare, now gone in
I
solitude.
know, I'm
Must
losing
this was like
patience
after my
with things like
divorce.
that, like
Yeah.
little
5 decades.
distraction
So sad,
things.
right?
I'm just losing patience.
In the depths of anguish
Time's very
and deep
precious now.
despair,
I
we
just
hold
think
on
that
to
people
faith,
do
a
that.
solace so rare.
Because
For
they're not
God's
creating
embrace will never wane,
And they're not-
and cherished
they're not
memories
really
shall
talented,
forever
they're not
remain.
talented. You know, those things.
Though our
Down
earthly
the
journey
alley,
is
things like that.
transient and
All
brief,
you do
and
is
we
do that,
encounter
everything's
challenges,
like,
heartache,
well,
and
they
grief, our faith in God lends strength to
technology always
withstand
makes
with the
things
hope of
complicated.
reunion in a
And
heavenly
then,
land.
and talented people make it hard again, because they challenge it, they
That was one
stretch
of
it,
my
they
poems.
push
And you
it.
got
I feel
one?
like mine
Until
are
somebody goes,
shorter.
I have a button for that.
But
And it just keeps, you know what I'm saying, it keeps on going like that.
To dream
It's
of
nothing
every
new.
days.
I once told people,
With a vengeance.
it's kind of what I call like the tail of the red button.
Whispers tell us
And
begin to
when I started
believe
this
in how we want
23
what
years
we
ago,
want is perfect.
I was working on After Effects before Adobe bought it.
That's pretty
It's called
nice. I like
Kosa,
that.
Yeah, but it
the
sets
company.
the mood. I just,
And I was
did you
using After
see
Effects then,
Hamnet
and
yet?
then Adobe bought it,
That movie,
and it became this big,
Hamnet?
huge
I think it's called
Adobe
Hamnet.
program. I said,
You'll
but
have to see it, cause that's
I
a,
said,
that's
you know,
a hard,
guys, we gotta
that's
learn,
a
we
hard,
gotta become
that's
really
a,
good at this stuff
cheer.
now. But it's really hard to do, but we are learning the hard way. But I'll tell you
My
what,
teacher
next
hated
year,
it.
they're
She was
gonna
like,
make a
change this
big
and
red
that.
button,
Say it again.
and they're gonna push the button, and it's gonna do it all for
No
you.
more fuss for subtle
Because
dust.
computers,
Nestled in love.
you write code,
It was about like
to
reverse
do
psychology.
things
But they
automatically.
don't, but they don't.
She didn't
So
like
you just
it.
tell
She
the
like told me to
button
revise
to
to
do that.
sexism.
So you don't have to write 15,
No,
even
no,
though
You
it's
can't
good.
do that,
Yeah,
you're not
it's
getting
good.
it.
Yeah,
All that
You
you
should
And
tell
it
someone
does all
to
50
change.
steps.
Right.
But you
I
do that
she
by
was a
times
teacher.
100.
She was like, you can
And
revise
now
this
you
and
just
that.
put
You
it
won't
in,
use that
and
in
you
your
hit the button, and it
final.
does
It's like,
all 100 steps.
No.
And
She's
you
just
hit
supposed to
record,
give you
and hit
ideas and then you
render.
can take
It's
it or
like
leave
this-
it or
it's
she
Now with
wants
AI,
you.
Yeah.
you don't even have to push the button anymore.
Control everybody's writing.
Right?
This was like a better
I
flowing
created
syllable
posters
review.
for,
That's
yeah.
another
people
poem I
at
wrote,
the,
guys. So, born just yesterday, mother's dreams bundled kindled with care, a bonfire with crisp leaflets ablaze.
entertaining,
Warm
way
flames
to go,
embraced
to
my
mix it.
sinew,
Uh,
life surged
so
within
we
my
don't top up
veins.
just regular
Smoke
stuff, so I
kindled,
did this with
vision
Chuck,
sparks,
and he got a
fell
kick out of
cradled
it,
in
but
embrace.
And I did it before I
Today,
came
like
here. And
today, like
that's
an
why
eagle,
you're
I
late.
rise from
I
my
was late
father's
because-
nest, fragments of his
So
wishes,
here's
a
what I did,
colorful
let's
nest.
see.
A jest.
Where's Chuck?
I think I meant to say. Yeah, why would you rhyme nest with nest? Colorful jest.
So where can you go to learn, like to
I'll
go with,
post
I mean.
Oh, you
but I
did show
mean,
me
to
this.
Go to
Yes, he
like
did show me this. Yes, that's
hear
funny.
other
You got a
people's
kick out of
poetry
it.
and stuff.
There's so
I'm not
many
sure
open
poetry
mic nights.
songs
show me this.
Okay,
Yeah, that was
so
cool.
can you-
But, you know,
Can
look how long that would
you
have
just
took.
listen? And
I'll
you
find
still have
some
to pay to
free
listen?
ones.
Find some
Photoshop.
friends, please
If I
send
did
I'll
it
find
in
some
Photoshop,
Yeah,
friends.
yeah,
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 hours.
yeah.
I know,
The one I
because there's
Like-
And
meetup
they have to find all those
Yeah.
pictures.
There's meetup at like Starbucks
Clip art,
Street Palms.
background.
Oh, that
And
one
they
is
might
so
be the
good.
best.
Oh, they're the best
Yeah,
ones.
I
I'm
like
saying,
that.
they're just random.
I'm
Because
not
then you
using
might
any
hear
less
it,
than
and then you might
Yeah.
get,
I'm
I
just
might
asking what I
get
want, and then I get
inspired
exactly what I
to
want.
write
exactly
it.
what you
I feel
want.
like yours
So
are,
it's
I
just
don't know,
hyper efficiency.
more
But the thing
pretty
is,
words, or mine are like
when you.
No, yours is
use
good.
sophisticated things
Well,
that
you
other
want to
people
be
do,
individual,
you
like it's
Yeah.
okay to be.
Wait, back to
It's
yours.
okay.
Yeah, sorry.
No, no, it's fine. So today, like an eagle, I rise from my father's nest, fragments of his wishes, a colorful
then
jest,
when you start.
embers of open night,
you can
anointed
push
with their
these buttons,
dreams,
they-
ash, born of two
Well, when
souls,
someone goes,
desire,
"Hey, I
a
got
pit of sacrifice,
specifications.
clarity's
I
birth.
want you to do it exactly the way I
Hope
want
springs
you
from
to do
that
it.
pit, but burnt
Now see
cinders
if
of
you
your
can control
dreams,
it.
legacy of wishes,
Then it
carry
becomes
from
more than
those
just
who
pushing a
cradle
button
thee.
or a prompt.
Tomorrow
Right?
beckons
It
me,
becomes
life
more
circle
calm.
unfolds ahead, dreams collected, ablaze,
You
equal
gotta-
source
you gotta
from
have
toasting
more
desires,
sound
cinders
understanding,
of our
you gotta
cherry
keep up with
hopes.
all that, stay
It
on top
reminds
of
me
it.
of like the,
I'll
like
introduce you
I'm
to
studying
Brent.
English from
Okay.
Brent,
1400, but
this
it's
is
like
George
old,
Bogacek.
old stories.
Yeah.
George and I
Reminds me of
go
the
way back.
old way that they
Okay.
wrote,
Early
even
days
like
of
without the
Nice.
vowels, you know?
I think that's what I was
Brent,
going for, like.
his dad is like my
British
best friend.
Yeah.
I've known him before he was born, you know,
I wrote
kind of
this
thing,
one,
so I've known him his
like,
whole life.
last week or, like,
And this
2
is his
weeks ago.
event.
It's like,
George is a
don't let
filmmaker
doubt
and a martial
continue to
arts
relax.
expert,
Go to the
but
goal
the
and
Russian
relax. All
Sistema
the
is
down,
called.
Police,
relax.
military
Hold on to
police.
hope.
Okay.
So the things like the KGB
Don't
learned.
let anything
Yeah, oh, you're telling me
But yes, I was telling him about how he looks like he's standing still, and you attack him with a knife, and next thing you know, he's holding your knife and you're on the ground, and he hasn't moved.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So he uses your body against him, that's him.
Oh, that's cool.
I was telling him about you earlier. Yeah, show him a video, show him a video.
Yeah, well, I always, I don't believe in like styles, different styles don't work, or this doesn't work, this is the first one that doesn't work. If you wanna say a keto doesn't work, you know, like,
I
they
love
always
that
like to do
you,
that. The
yeah,
keto doesn't work.
Buttercup, and
Yeah.
what was the
Put
other
an
one?
AI robot to the task.
Darling
guarantee you
and
that AI
Buttercup, I
robot
love
Will take your
Buttercup.
boxing,
Yeah, that's
jiu-jitsu,
like
or
my
whatever
And
you
I
got,
like,
take your keto, or crane
is
style.
that what it is?
And kill you.
Girls like
Because,
it as
and
an
then you have to say,
example.
so if we agree on
I
that,
always
yeah, that's true, we all agree.
Sweet pea.
Why
I
then?
think it's,
Why is,
oh,
what's
it's
there
from,
that's making it do that? Because that's the thing that's most important, not the style.
Right.
So it's the what, the chip, right?
Olive oil.
The brain
What was-
chip, the perception, the timing, the thing that it has that.
You
that
know,
is
I don't even
human.
know if you've seen that
Right.
cartoon.
Takes the emotion out
That's
of it.
right, so those are the things that you have that kill people. So
That was
some
his
of
children's
it is
books
about
that were
tapping into that part of your
Oh,
brain.
yeah,
And to
Sweet
be
Pea
able to
was,
relax
that was
all
the name of
these
their
things.
little child.
Wow, this is one of the first
These are all
ones
the
I
things
heard a long
I
time
told him
ago.
that,
That's really cool.
I told him I used to go watch your,
It's like
your trainings,
when I was
I like
just
it was just people paid him to
always
beat
tell
the shit out of them.
people
Yeah, he was
stuff.
telling me
It's
about
like
that.
chin up.
But they learn from that,
Yeah,
obviously.
actually,
My supervisor always called it.
Oh, my
going
God.
through a divorce, and I said, you know what, you're,
Yeah.
because he's
The thing is though,
well, and I
nowadays,
don't know, but, you know,
like,
marriage is hard too.
I'm trying to market
Both-
myself.
both-
It's
both
never
is hard.
50-50, people
Well,
are
is
like,
it hard?
59
Well,
years
as you
old,
get older,
I'm,
you
I did
realize
all
some
this
of,
stuff
it's
here,
never
you know, all the
50-50,
other
but
stuff.
maybe by the
Oh,
end
you think
it
you're tough.
is, you know, sometimes you give.
I went through all those phases.
I mean, but
Well,
some
sometimes
some
like-
are- some people are not worth.
And then
You
some
gotta
of it,
find the
no,
balance.
I don't ever.
You gotta find the balance. Sometimes it's 80%, you're at-
and everything like that.
Oh, yeah.
And it
Because your
could
partner is
be-
only 20%,
But then,
but
but
then
now
your
it's
partner
like, you're that guy.
needs to
So people
adjust
like to put you
to
in
like
that
40-50%
That's who
next
you
day,
are, you're
30%
just like that.
next
So
day.
anytime we make a movie,
It's
George, yeah,
just rough.
best martial arts, we'll give you a call, which is never.
Yeah, well, my brother-in-law.
So I want to be involved
Like,
more
it's
movies
just like,
than
oh,
that.
she just
So,
left him.
yeah,
I
So
told
you
him,
reinvented
like,
yourself.
So.
How
Because
many
I've
years?
never,
I've
because I've
always
never
studied this
seen him
stuff,
so
you know,
down in my
filmed
whole
since I,
life.
and not like I just reinvented and said, well, now I'm gonna do this.
Just
How many years?
I was recording
Oh,
both
probably
music
20
and.
or
Oh,
something.
goodness, that's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
Was this a mutual
Yeah.
decision? Was
No,
it-
no.
Is it an
I was
unreasonable
here watching it grow and the change.
I was
in
losing
smaller
my
pieces, smaller
She
everything.
laughed.
And,
Well,
you
had
know,
some issues.
as
They were
deep
having
and
some
no tape.
issues and
No
she
tape
left
to
it.
tape, you know, know, you want, it all happened, it wasn't really that long
That's
ago.
funny,
Just a
this,
lot.
this poem that I wanted to read you
So
next,
fast,
once
it's
you're
like
done with your story, is
I still
right
have
current.
those, like antique.
But I did, but I did say, you know,
Faded
it's
zip drive, I
just
used
so
to-
It's part of my
down and
business,
stuff. I said, you
my
know
home
what, you're
studio, I
better
transfer
than
any
that.
format to any
You are a
format.
good
Yeah.
person.
Let's see if I can
So
find
down,
some.
just,
Yeah.
you know, how like,
Well, yeah, of
you
course.
know,
Anything
just
just
saying
fine.
all this
You don't wanna
bad
be
stuff
remembered
about
for that.
yourself and, yeah, I
Well,
can see
No,
it
don't do
happening.
that. I have all
I
the
said, you need to
texts.
I don't want, I get some things overshadow the other,
better
and
than
then,
that.
But it, one week can lead to another, you know,
I
it's all
said,
part of
chin
it.
up, chin up,
Chart them out.
and you need to move forward,
From audio
because this is
cassette,
not
reel
okay.
to reel
My
cassette,
grandpa-
you do
Because by
reel to
that
reel
time, it
video.
had been 3
The
months,
VHS,
and I'm like,
definitely.
you know,
VHS.
Oh, I went for 2 years.
wanna say,
Oh, yeah.
but I just
yeah.
think the
Yeah,
sooner
gotta
you
use
can
it.
get out of the funk, the better.
Right.
But it might have to,
Yeah,
some of
yeah.
the
The thing
virgin
is,
words that
maybe
you're
old
better
time
than
format.
that, and
I have
I'm like, you know, I've
8-inch
never seen
floppy,
you like
5-inch
this, and like,
floppy,
you
3.5-inch
need to move
floppy.
forward, don't,
It's
don't
so
let
far.
her define you.
I don't
Don't
have
let
experience.
The discussion.
knowing
Here's
a
a
course
stiff.
that wasn't in this
Let's see,
field,
30
so
frames
I-
is
yeah,
something,
I
it took 3
understand.
frames.
And I don't
You
know
know,
if there's something like
yeah.
that,
So
I don't
if it
know.
was 3 frames, that's still like.
Do you mind if I read this to you real quick?
Well,
Lately my thoughts cloud my mind like an
So-
ever distant ship sailing blind.
And you wanna put a label on it.
Captain distraught,
Not-
things of
I told the
distrust.
guy here, he came
No
from,
no one man
this is
on
already
this ship feels
last year.
this,
the
for
guy
I
came from
must anger
Louisiana,
deep
did
down
the course.
inside, hurt and pain,
Travel
they do not
this
define me,
distance to
where
get
there is light, you
and so
can
he
find
said,
me.
you really that fast.
For I am
Video
but a
you
noble,
speed,
lost and hurt soul,
Basically,
ever
watch as
watching,
fast as you
dreading
can.
the next bad news.
Just go as fast
For
as you
me
can.
in that moment, a
So,
giant bruise,
I blocked him
for
from
what
this.
felt like a tight noose wrapped around my throat every single minute. With every helping hand you give, I choke, for I need time to process it all you see. For this apple does not fall far from the tree.
So that took from start.
For a
not
father,
frames.
for a father, one day I will be, and my father and mother to
So you
thank
get
I
two
have.
Plus I
A
did other
never-ending
things, which I also
decree
umbrella
of
blocked
love,
this,
bond, family,
I didn't just
we are
go-
one, we are many,
Well,
but at
It's
the end
like,
of
it's
the
like
day, I
Bruce Lee
am
speed.
Yeah.
To see
Oh,
stuff that
that's
Bruce
good.
Lee was doing, they actually had to
Yeah,
I was
cause you
really
do,
angry
because
when I
you,
shoot it
because
so
you always
right.
have
so
a
that they could
family,
actually pick up all the frames.
no matter
he was
what,
so
you
fast
gotta
in
have
between
yourself,
frames.
right?
Yeah.
No matter what, you're
Separating
just.
yourself
Yeah, on
from
the
the
Green Hornet.
past.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you ever get so
Well, he did
yeah,
stuff
so
in
hard,
Canada,
right?
too.
All the therapists
Yeah.
are always like,
You couldn't even
ground
see it happen
yourself.
because it was in
Uh,
between
Yeah,
the
but that,
frames.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it's defined as.
I forgot the word for it, mindfulness or something, but like being in the moment and like letting go of the future and the past and that like relieves anxiety. 'Cause,
So,
like
you know,
like how
like, you don't
cat
have to be
experiences like
that
like
fast to hit
like
somebody.
how you're writing how like the warmth and such.
Yeah.
Punch in
They
slow
just
motion
care
and still
about
land
what in
up.
the moment that they
I'm
crave,
getting somebody with fast
catnip,
reflexes. Nobody ever thought of that.
some
Yeah.
treats,
You have to be real
you know,
smooth
some
now.
treats,
Then
their
you-
toys.
it's like
their
That's
something
supposed to
about
be like a
that.
skill, it's a,
Yeah.
it's a
No, it
skill to be
is.
able to be
Then you
in the
punch slow,
moment,
you
like,
still have to hit
you know,
something.
I'm
Because if
surprised.
all you do is jerk and be
it's
fast.
just hard, cause you're always thinking
That's the
about,
jerk
well,
with
what am I
that.
gonna do
People get
tomorrow,
Right.
you know, like,
Oh,
I gotta
that's
do
smooth.
this,
Now,
I
here's
gotta
the
do
thing.
that, or,
Here's the
you know,
thing,
like,
it kinda hit. you
if you
kinda
find
control a
people
person's
doing
mind
that,
and
find
perception
yourself
so they
doing
can't
it,
react.
but,
Feels
yeah,
so
you're better,
good.
you
I'll
know,
give you
like, when
example.
you're, you
I'm-
know, when
I'm
you're
cooking,
here, do
right?
this,
And my
when
cat
you're at a
is,
restaurant with people,
gonna
do
try to get
that,
over
like.
here.
Do you guys, are you religious at all?
So I don't want him to get out of his kitchen.
Agnostic?
Yeah,
I'm watching
I
him,
was
so I'm gonna
Christian,
decide.
I
Then I
was
go like
Jewish,
this.
now
I do that, I do this,
I
do this.
pray
And
to
then he
nature.
stops.
Mazel
He tries
tov.
to get this.
So-
I'm kinda,
Are we-
I don't have
So,
all that.
so you're like
background,
more like
but I was
Buddhist now,
Christian.
you're basically like Buddhist.
Pretty
type
much
of-
like everyone
So-
I just think the
So I'm
Buddhist
cooking.
might be a good one,
And then
I
I'll
guess
go
I think
for
there's a
an hour.
higher,
So I've been
person
studying-
above me
So what I
that
learned
Yeah,
created
it's a
me.
higher power,
I
yeah.
don't
To the
know
door.
if it's the
It's
word,
God.
I went to
Yeah.
church
Right,
when I was
because
a
they're
I
just
feel
child.
he's over here.
Yeah.
So Buddhism,
I
there's
do
these,
believe
I
in
can't
love
hit
and
it.
goodness
So I
and
freeze it.
kindness,
Okay.
I don't believe in double.
there's this
Now,
principle in Buddhism
think
where
about
when
this.
something's troubling you,
I
you
wasn't
can-
moving and he was.
until you reach true enlightenment,
I
you
saw
can
moving.
do a
But me, I
four-step
wasn't.
process before the
So now
fifth
it's
step,
different
which is
there.
true enlightenment.
That's how I turned
And
around.
there's
and
different
stood.
chakras of the
And then
body
it's
that they believe.
A friend would love this.
See,
Yeah, well, I don't mind, I don't mind saying again. I don't mind saying again. So there's the chakra of the heart, there's the chakra of the gut, and there's different. They believe that different energies are related to different emotions in the human body. So
So
Yeah.
people
your
start
chakra of
watching
the
you.
heart has to do with your ego and
It's like that
representation,
weird thing.
representation of self.
So then you punch somebody in slow motion. and
Buddhists
see him
believe
anyway.
that true happiness comes
And then
from
you add speed, and then
self-acceptance,
it's a
not from
puzzle.
materialistic
Then you add
external
speed.
factors, not even love. Not even love is a factor for happiness in Buddhism because
That's
love,
a hard one to
love,
comprehend,
love,
right?
exactly. And you've been taught otherwise your whole life. That
He's
love
never
is
been.
something that you
He's-
seek
he's-
and it's something
he
you
got
have to
to,
find,
is
it's something
Judas
that'll help
Priest-
you
Judas Priest?
build the picket
No,
fence
Is
in
it
the life.
also something that
What's
you
he
can
the
have
video
for
game?
yourself?
I recorded.
That's
Like,
exactly it.
self-love, like that,
Self-love
yeah.
is the highest love of all because you
And
can't,
then,
see, the
John
problem with
Five
why
from
relationships
Jury
don't
just
work is
stepped
because
above the
people
group.
go through a hard
And then
time.
Glenn Hughes from
Yeah.
Deep Purple.
They don't fully heal. They
And
can't
let's
love
see who else.
themselves. They get
Blaze
involved
Bailey
with
from
someone
Iron
else who they
Maiden.
try to love.
Who,
How can you love someone else if you
Sheriff
can't even love
Blackman from Iron
yourself?
Maiden.
Yeah.
Bruce Dickinson
There's no
from
way.
that.
There's not enough love
And
to
then,
be right.
let's see, who else?
So in Buddhism,
George Lynch from
the
Black.
gut chakra has to do with your
recorded them, I recorded this.
I think
Yeah,
your
there's
positive
stuff.
energy,
And-
which also translates
Ace
directly to
Frehley,
what
too,
people
from
say in
Ace
health is that
Frehley.
your gut health is very
And he was
important to
at
your mental health.
Ace Frehley.
There's a lot of
believe that,
bacteria
yeah.
that cause you to do
Yeah.
things that
You remember that
impact
man,
your
Sweet?
health
Yeah.
mentally
I recorded
in a
that
negative
in
way.
the bass
So
player,
it's
yeah.
important to have a
Just like
balanced
that
diet.
too, like, yeah.
Right, and so,
You know, even like,
no, but that's the
even like
thing,
alcohol.
sugar is
When they
not
say
bad
that-
in moderation.
No,
Is
candy has
this still
arsenic.
around?
But the thing is, yeah, no, it does, but
Oh,
the thing
that's
is, sugar
John's?
can't be consumed in moderation.
Yeah, I forgot.
Nothing,
Is that on Telegram?
nothing that we buy is moderated.
They
Oh,
said
yeah,
that
okay.
the amount of candy that a kid should have their whole
I've never been
lifetime,
to
it was like a handful.
Yeah.
Candy has
There's like
arsenic?
Yes.
Great.
That's a lot of.
So crap
Well,
poisoning.
yeah, I used to go,
So basically what you're trying to say is we're all guinea pigs in this system.
Yes, but if you look, I
We're
went.
higher power.
We're looking at
No, I
it
don't think
now
it
in
is
June.
arsenic.
We wanna have a battle of
They
bands,
showed
we
it.
wanna have bands at
It was in
different
the
bars.
It was like trace of
But-
And we're
arsenic.
gonna
I
license
would
it
say.
So like.
Any
it was-
arsenic
It's
is
not
metabolic.
straight, yeah.
It was showing them that like there was this one poison that
Yeah,
they were
that's
using
I
in
know,
the
Jim.
subs.
We just gotta figure out.
Well, I couldn't get a hold of him
That
recently
it
because
was
he's
causing
been,
defects and issues
South
because it was
America.
poison.
Oh, really?
But it's
He's
like
been
we're
in
microdosing
Mexico.
poison.
He was
We're gonna find out about
vacationing in
microplastics.
Well, other,
Microplastics.
well, that's, yeah, they say like,
Yeah.
like our athletic wear and stuff like that. Isn't it like a microplastic? Like they make it real tiny?
You and Sandy
Well, when you wash them,
Well, he's got.
No,
big
it's fine
big
for
issues
you.
with talking right now, so he doesn't have to be there all the time.
I know,
But he was,
water
he was
that
going
goes
nuts
through,
for a
because
while.
it's so
He was there like
tiny,
90
it
hours a
goes
week,
through,
you know,
and
and
it comes all the fish and stuff.
Oh, you're right, it's fine for me, but if I was a fish.
You don't need to pay attention.
But we eat
So
the
this is-
fish, so it's kinda like the cycle of life, like,
Listen.
like
He-
you
he
still
got the
give
manner
yourself
from
that.
too.
In
know.
Tibetan,
So
in
he's
Tibetan
got a big
Buddhism,
room.
We shot him.
in Tibetan Buddhist tantra, the gut or the navel, the heart chakras represent the centers for manifestation and consciousness.
I only looked in there
Navel
once.
chakra or the Nirmanakaya acts as the center for physical manifestation and earth elements, while the heart chakra or the Dharmakaya acts as the seat of mind, compassion.
Yeah, I
Which part
rescued
is that?
some
Your
footage
mind?
from that. He gave me the camera to
Cause
see.
it is hard to keep your mind clear, you know,
He
like,
put his camera on.
you know, where things
Center
don't
of the
affect
chest
you, you
is
know, like
the
your
heart chakra.
So
Like it was a bullet?
what's been
It was a
helping
bullet
me is
wound.
identifying
But it's
my
smashed,
mistakes
yeah.
and then
You're
figuring
not
out
gonna
how
stop
to
it
let go
down.
of that,
Yeah.
and get over it. you know
So
what I
he
mean?
gives me the
But if
smashed
you do
camera,
just
and
try to
if
like
you get the tape out of
regulate
it, so
without
this is
doing
how
all
I
that,
can grab
it's
it.
impossible.
Was it a tape
Like
camera?
you can't,
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? If you don't
Yeah,
identify
he
your
was
mistakes,
shooting
you're
all
just
that.
Oh,
like
okay.
this, you're just gonna be
Little
but
budget.
you need to let, you have to feel them and process them.
Yeah, so if you're just like.
Otherwise you just got
no emotions, you're just disassociating
Yeah,
away.
it's hard,
Like,
yeah.
it's just not healthy.
That's the problem is 99% of depression is all your brain. Like, your brain is telling you that you can't do something. So the moment you overcome that step,
And then you,
it's
the
your
and
more
then
you
you get more,
stop
and
the
then more
crutches, like the
anxiety about it.
medications and
That's why I
stuff,
love
and accept.
manifestation.
Right.
So like manifestation, honestly, is just positive thinking.
Yeah, it is.
Like it's like toxic positivity.
But you gotta make yourself
It's
do
not
it.
toxic
No, I
positivity.
know.
Manifestation is
joking.
actually a positive thing, and for a long time it did become a meme on the internet because all the obnoxious like social media influencers are like, oh my god, guys, yesterday I like manifested this new contract and then I got it. And it's like, no, you've been working on the contract with your publicist for like a month. Stop. Like, you know, and that's why it became like this negative thing online. But manifestation is real. Like if you believe something, you set your mind in the right the right path, so it kind of keeps you at bay.
No, that makes sense.
But you understand, because you have a
No, I
social
know.
media presence, and you go to cons and stuff. You know those obnoxious like social media influencers that are clearly just,
Oh, I don't have a social media
Fishy.
presence.
no, but not presence, but you understand. You
I
know.
stay away from it.
Okay, so Emma's social media presence, is that bigger than yours?
Probably.
By how much? Because she only has like 1,000 followers on her Instagram that she has like that's
Oh,
linked on her
I don't know. I
cosplay
don't
for
think
everything.
about followers, to be honest.
Right,
I
and you
So
shouldn't,
on my
because that's
account,
what
I just
causes
post what
that
makes me
toxic.
happy. I genuinely.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
283 people.
That's what, yeah,
That's not.
that's what Instagram should be about, and you're
Yeah.
selective of who you allow to follow and who you interact with. Because you also don't wanna just interact with everybody, because you might meet the wrong people, those will be down to their level.
Yeah. I literally just
You
post
gotta be
everything
careful
that
who you
makes me
surround
happy.
yourself with.
Very true.
And
Very true.
And post, like, so you don't get yourself in a
So this thing's
jam,
going
you
to
know.
11, but it's only 9:48.
Now, does your
We're
Maybe
just-
it's not.
sister
It might not be.
let her kids go online,
No.
or Instagram,
No.
or
She should.
Facebook?
They can't. They
'Cause I
can't
have
even use the electronics.
Roblox?
So she
without-
doesn't,
They do Kindles.
she's not posting pictures of
My
her
sister,
children, right?
She does, but she has a private profile.
So she only does
Yeah,
it
so it's
to
only
them.
people who can
Yeah,
follow,
'cause-
like who anyone
yeah,
who's following.
I
Yeah,
It's
so
fine if I
my
post
kid's
it,
face-
But it's only,
Yeah.
only you know who's gonna see it. you
My,
know?
my
Fine,
kid's face
but-
will never be on the internet until he's old enough to make that decision himself. Every
I
baby
too.
photo that I post will have fake baby face on
But
top.
they don't need to
Baby
see
emoji.
that, they don't need,
Yeah.
but you gotta be careful,
Too many
cause
pedophiles,
just
it's disgusting.
all your background too, like,
Yeah.
they might know who you are.
Yeah,
or,
that
you know,
freaks me out.
Do you know-
that freaks
I'm
me
trying
out.
to make
There's
it
a
into the
website-
guy in the
I'm just so
buildings.
worried, you know, like
What's
people
your,
stealing babies and.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm about to freak you out. Okay, give me,
No,
give me,
thank
give me like 2
you.
seconds. Give me 2 seconds.
But I do worry, you know, like, I don't think I'd be posting like that, you know, I really don't.
Sometimes
Where my
I-
friend, she was, I wish my daughter would let me post all the, you
Yeah.
know, all her grandchildren, cause she's proud of them, but I don't think
Post them
she's.
behind
I-
their face.
Well, she wants to show the face.
My sister
No.
doesn't
You
mind
know
if I
what?
post
You know
family
what?
pictures
Just
and
send them
put
to
pictures
us.
in them.
Text, you know, your good friends.
Sure.
Yeah.
Send them text. Go visit, go show, like, I don't think you need to know all that. And then and she was the first one that she's saying that, I'm like, respect your daughter. And the more I thought about it, is like, why would you want strangers to know exactly what school your kid's going to? They, you know, they gotta know kind of where you're from by just looking at what you post, you know, the places you're going.
First, I'm gonna
Chuck E.
introduce-
Cheese. Oh, Kathy.
How you doing? Okay, cool, folks. Are we still on?
Last name?
Yeah, they can see us.
H-U-N.
What's this? Oh.
O-O-N. I'll give you my phone number.
No, it's fine.
Oh.
No, yeah.
And then you can,
There we go.
H-U-N-T-O-N.
and then you can say hi. Then you
Cool
can
club.
say, just send me a
Should we
text,
put it in the
hi,
fridge?
you know, on the phone.
Is it dying out there?
Oh, thank
Put
you.
it in the fridge.
I'll send you a link to my website. Whatever your number is.
We're gonna go to the kitchen real quick.
Okay.
It needs to be put in the fridge.
Hey, are we basically calling it soon?
Yeah, basically.
You gotta hang out tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I gotta help clean up.
Can I help clean too?
And we're just gonna hang
Okay,
out.
alright.
Sorry, I put it in. Yeah, and just send me a text and then I'll know who you are.
Where are we gonna hang out?
My art I've been looking at. But you can tell me if you're going to like,
Did you get it? Did you have your phone on?
oh, over here. And I put,
Okay,
I don't have my
what city-
notification.
what city do you live in?
That's in Sterling Heights.
Hold on. Sterling. Oh, I think I've been to your house. No, I've been to Brad.
It might have been. I mean, he comes over my house.
No, I've been, so H-U-N-T-O-O-N?
Hun like honey and
And
June
then
like a
and
cartoon.
Kathy, C-A-T-H-Y.
Yeah.
Interesting, you're not on this website, that's impressive.
Oh, what? Probably
My
not.
whole life.
I am not real technical.
That's good.
I always tell Brent he's gotta get in. Well, I like to show, just like post my artwork and stuff like that.
Well, if you ever need any help with technical stuff, I'm definitely the person.
Oh, that's good. Well, Brent's so good. Brent's just so busy.
Well, Brent does the same stuff that I do.
That's what I figure, yeah.
Stuff like that, so he can absolutely help, yeah, sure. Yeah, but just to give you an idea why I said it took me 2 years, Kathy. Got divorced in January of 2023. Sorry, I lost my job as a dev lead. I was making like 130 grand a year. Lost my job in January, end of January. Beginning of March, I started divorce.
Oh, that's a lot of things.
Yeah, sorry, grasping for straws, couldn't figure out what to do. Started a cannabis business on somebody who wanted me to build a website for them.
Uh-huh.
Invested about 30 grand into this. The guy went to jail
Oh, no.
for committing the R word.
So then another, what did he do?
I don't even know if
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, he was molesting her
Yes.
and putting her online.
No, he was molesting her and her mom walked in.
But you never even, but you didn't know what you were.
No, but I didn't
I mean,
know
how
who
would
he
you
was.
know? How
No,
would you
but
know?
listen,
You
I
know,
did a
you wouldn't know what.
comprehensive- I did a comprehensive background check on him afterwards. He owes so many companies money. He's been sued so many times.
Oh.
He's one of those
So now you,
great.
so you learned a lesson, huh?
Yeah, but you said you're religious to some degree, right?
Oh, I am, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the Bible, there's a saying that if someone comes in your life and claims to be the true Savior, and and then he's on purpose and have her mission. Do not listen, heed all warnings, for he is the true deceiver.
Yeah.
This is what this guy did to me. He came into my life, he said he's the Archangel Michael.
And you were hoping, because it was such a, you were so desperate.
I lost my dogs, I was losing my house, I lost my job, I was
So
going
he
through a
knows,
divorce.
he
knew all of
could
that.
probably find it.
He socially profiled me as the perfect target to steal money from.
Yeah.
Somebody who was
Yeah.
desperate, you're asking for the ways to make money. I was almost hired as a development lead manager at Domino's. I was on round 5 of the interviews. I talked to their chief technological
Oh,
officer.
I got it. And then I got your name, because
Yeah.
I was like, how do I spell that?
Yeah. And then I also sent you, I think I sent you my website. No, I did not. So here's the link to the website. Here's a link to my personal portfolio that you
Okay.
can check out, which I think you'll kind of find fun.
Yeah, I was taking them, I was taking snapshots of what you were putting out there, but.
Yeah, no,
Okay, that's good.
I can give you all this stuff. And
Yeah,
then
then
here's
you
the
can
link
send
to
it.
False Track. You can register and play around with it. Whenever you have time. You don't have to do all this. I don't want to overwhelm you. Yay,
read
love
it.
it. Okay.
In my spare time. And then, yeah, so I'm always doing art and
Oh, I'd love to
art
see your
shows
art.
and stuff
Yeah,
like
for sure.
that, so.
I basically build websites for fun,
Mhm.
for people, or as a side hustle. I've got 2 clients right now. One designer company, brand called Hold Your Own,
Mhm.
outside of Midland Mall, and then I've got another client which
Oh, in
came out of
Midland, in Midland?
yeah,
Oh.
like near Saginaw, like Freeland, yeah. Midland,
Sanford and all that?
Midland, Michigan. Midland Mall.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
my sister-in-law had a cottage right close to there in Sanford, but Sanford, they lost their leg.
I gotta show you this picture of my cat.
That's cute.
It just shows she's wearing a Christmas hat.
Oh, she's a cutie.
She died. She passed away, but she was very old, very old.
Wow.
Her name is
And
Gigi.
it's still hard, right? Yeah.
Oh, no, of course. Yeah, she's like
Yeah.
my sister.
Oh, so cute.
I guess my daughter technically, because I was her dad.
So you live with your mom now?
Yeah. So I was gonna fill you in. What happened was
So she kind of helps you through it?
my mom and my dad. I moved back with my parents.
Good.
My sister's engaged. She lives in the
Probably
house.
need that, to kind
Yeah.
of, I mean, I can't even imagine, I
I
can't
would
even
say
imagine.
basically.
I don't know what I would do now, my mom's too old, I'd have to go live with her.
You'd have to
In assisted
friends.
living. She lives in.
Be better than being homeless. And
I
anyone
wouldn't
else-
be
I'm sure you would
homeless,
be able
I
to
wouldn't
stay
be
with a rent or
homeless,
something.
or, I'd probably.
Don't
have
think
a
about
house.
these things.
Let's
Don't
not do that.
negative
It could
mind
happen.
reinforcement.
Yeah, I would
paths,
hope I could
promise.
still afford a home.
No,
But I
yeah,
mean,
so.
but yeah, divorce just breaks your finance.
So the divorce hurt me like hell, because I paid for her entire divorce from her ex-husband, who was abusive to her, by the way. She was physically abusing me before I divorced her, 3 times. 3 times, physical abuse.
You need to get out of that.
Well, I know, but I told her.
Did she have mental challenges, or
She
had
had
something that
problems.
caused that
She had problems.
depression, right?
She had made this whole, and I'm convinced this is fake, she had made this whole elaborate story about my dad being top of the Camargo, which is in Los Calientes or whatever, Hot Springs, Mexico, whatever it's called.
I don't even know what that.
Camargo is a small city. Her dad was apparently the chief of the police or a higher up.
Yeah.
One day he arrested somebody, it was the wrong guy. The guy said, "You're gonna regret this." And then a week later, he gets kidnapped by the cartel.
Oh my God.
And then a week later, he's dead in the ditch
Wow.
after they ransomed him for tons of money. And both sides of the
Does she
family.
have a mom?
Yeah, she
I want to
does.
help clean up.
Yeah, I'm
We're
helping clean up
totally
too.
gonna go back to my friend's house after.
Okay,
Yeah.
for a little bit to hang out, or you guys
Yeah,
call it?
yeah.
Okay, I'll come hang out and then I'll just call it a night, whatever you guys wanna call it.
Yeah, like we could play some board games or
Oh, yeah.
something.
Or games, or watch a movie or something. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come help. I'm just finishing up a conversation.
Oh no,
with Jen.
no, take your time. I was just letting you know.
Okay, all right.
Good,
Well,
yeah.
I'll see you too. I told Brent, we were thinking going out to dinner like this
I
on
would love
Sunday.
that Sunday.
So we're
Yes.
saying this Sunday, he's saying this Sunday or next, but just.
Yeah. We've been flexible because we're hanging out for Valentine's Day Friday and Saturday.
Yeah,
But
that's
honestly,
good,
I'm
but
so
that's
down because
good.
I'll be there Saturday. I'll bring
Okay.
everything. I'll be cozy. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be cozy.
Yeah, we
and
thought
every
we'd take
time
you
I see
guys
you.
out or something. so.
Oh, that would be so
Yeah.
sweet. It would be nice to spend time with you. I'd love to do art day sometime.
But I would like to do art day too.
Yeah, we should do that sometime soon.
I wanna do art day. That sounds
You can
fun.
come with us.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna make clay.
Yeah, so that's what happened, right? Divorce happened in March, lost my job in January. Divorce started, met this guy. He was still around when I was getting a divorce. She was not really living in the house anymore. She was with her brother down the street. And he was
Because
just
she was
gassing me.
recently divorced. Her father was deceased.
No. This was back a while ago. This was like 7 years ago when I got her out for a divorce. We were married for like 5. It's been
So
almost
7
2
years
since
ago, you
I
got her out of her divorce, had
paid
her
for the whole thing. Ended up being
to
like
help
20
her,
grand.
to help her get.
Because I love her
Yeah.
to death.
And then was her father already deceased?
Oh yeah, our father was deceased a long time ago.
Okay, I was just
But-
trying to.
but I
fix-
tried
Does she have a
Googling-
mother? Did she have a mother?
She does. She doesn't anymore. She died last year.
Oh,
So she has no more family members. She just has a sister.
right.
That's it. And her brother. Sorry. Her younger
Yeah, because
brother.
they asked about the aggression, like, whether, you know.
No,
there's
the
usually a reason.
relatives
Not
were-
that it's right, I mean, honestly, as a man, you might want
Whole
to get out of there, because she might blame you.
No. Whole family was dad, mom, oldest brother dead. Oldest brother died in a
Oh, she had
motorcycle
a lot
accident.
of.
She had so much death in her family. It was crazy. Yeah. So my friend David was a writer and a very good technical person. He did comprehensive research on whether or not her father existed. He claims that she made a story up.
Maybe
He
she did.
did. He used the
Oh,
claim.
that's not good. Yeah, did she have a brother?
She did, yeah. So a year into my marriage, I received a message from her best, from her husband's best friend. He said, hey, are you Stephanie's next light tonight? That's why I used that verbiage in my book, because I realized I was.
Doing everything.
No. She was manipulating me to get away from dating her ex-husband. I mean, making it like back. What he said is, he said, how can you make such assumptions about someone you don't even know? Why don't you get to know David? Because I believed her. But the thing he says that made me laugh, and it just this whole thing was, you really think that someone's capable of deporting her own sister? And at first I was like, wait a minute. Deporting her own sister? She only has one sister. Her sister lives in Colorado. Didn't have papers. The only one with papers was her brother. My responsibility was to bring her here on a visa.
That might be part of it, yeah.
I
Oh,
think so.
yeah. You know, she had the Colombians in there. You know, my father-in-law helped him, but
But
yeah,
they're
I
still
think,
around. Or did they leave?
well, her brother got deported.
Okay, so you said there's nothing. So you can
Um,
so do you
I
lie or something?
no, well, they're, like, my brother-in-law's divorced from her, but she's still with it, she's still with our family, she's still,
Just be quiet.
no, she's here in, she is not deported, she's an American citizen, but she was trying to get her whole family out, so she has a sister here that is illegal, but she just came over recently, she'll get them on the visa, you know, like the visas expired, her brother though, she's got like a mom that has children from different husbands, so her brothers are a different husband, it's not her, it's like her ex,
My ex-wife, her cousin was cocaine through a Greyhound people transporting bus for a couple.
well, this guy came out, is the first time she ever, introduced children, first time children, she goes, I got a brother, because she's always talking about her sister, she goes, but you got a brother, she goes, yeah, an older brother, and this was many years ago, 20 years ago, and I go, well, how come I didn't know that? She goes, well, he's always trouble, you know, and I figured, you know, she doesn't, it was many, I don't know. But then he's recently, just about 8 months ago, he's come, since then, she got him to come to America. He's got 2 children, he had 2 children and a wife, and I don't know if he had children in Colombia or in America. All of a sudden, Georgia tells us, well, my mother, I say, my brother is detained, and I'm like, okay, I'm actually here in Michigan, and I was like, the first thing I said is, I didn't tell her, but I told my husband, I go, first, the only thing I heard of him was he's trouble. Like,
Why does he need to take lives?
Joanna's mother has no money. You know, like, we did that. But that he's lived there his whole life and everything. But anyway, yeah, they have their ways, their means. I don't think my first instinct was, he's not a good person. I don't think he should be in Michigan. You know what I mean? Like what you're saying, don't tell me your story, because, you know, again, it's a different, like, but they pretend, I think they pretend, of course they pretend they're doing for sure.
So, her brother was like part of the squad for the same police department that her dad was like chief of, right?
Yeah, and what country?
Mexico. Yeah, Camargo, Mexico. That's his name. It's a small city, very, 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 very.
Does she get paid for that?
No.
So she could get,
Her younger
she
brother.
should get more.
She's in Colorado right now with some Air Force guys, so I don't know what she's doing. He was her next like. I'm thinking
Oh,
about
she's trying to get.
No, she's still the state. I don't talk to her.
Yeah.
I despise her.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
She's screwing you and using you. Like, it's a deceitful. She's very lying.
Yeah. She tried to make nothing went and happen. I was like, listen, if you want to be my friend, it's not gonna happen.
Oh, I wouldn't.
I was just like,
No, you
it's not
can't.
gonna stay cordial.
Especially with the eyes.
I just stay cordial with the divorce.
Of course. Yeah.
Because I ordered her at home station before I started my
Unless
business.
it's just a fortune.
Well, I mean, not really, because it's just a process. It's just, she needed to get official because of her buying.
Oh, because she wanted to do it forward.
She left under her sister in Colorado.
And that's when she met the man.
No, I suspect she was already talking to the police before we got divorced. See, the thing is, this is a pattern. She makes it seem like you're evil. She gives her story where you get loud at some point, or like it's the perfect timing.
That's why you gotta get away from her, because she's just gonna people get in jail.
Well, she's manipulative. She was making videos of me when she was deliberately pissing me off and making it seem like I'm a bad guy. She told all my friends that I
Because
physically abused her.
everybody gets angry and raises their voice, it doesn't mean they actually try to
Of
hurt
course,
you.
even if maybe they had a reason for it, perhaps listen. Maybe if you listen, they won't raise your, no one should ever raise their voice, but sometimes people just have.
Sounded mean.
No, she's awful, and, she, I know I'm sure I wasn't perfect, and I have my own mistakes, but nothing deserves being it, or being called, like, the second
See,
time
if
she
you
did it.
if you try to defend yourself, you could hurt her, you could kill her, you know what I mean?
My
Like,
mom-
you're not knowing, I go,
my
you
mom-
gotta get out of that situation. That
She
is
was a bigger woman.
It doesn't matter if it's a female or male
Yeah.
abusing you. You gotta get out of there before.
She wasn't like,
Cause she could switch that
Yeah.
on you and say, oh,
No,
you know,
for
she's
sure.
got all these
Yeah.
pictures.
she
I'd
was
be like-
hurting herself.
I'd be like, I
She
believe
tried
it.
that, she
Yeah.
tried to like,
You gotta
make it
get away
seem
from
like I
her.
hit, oh, I did,
Oh.
that was it, that's
Did
why
your mom tell you, get the hell away from
my
her?
parents didn't know until I divorced her.
Because
I
it's so,
kept it a
because it's
secret.
so embarrassing.
It wasn't embarrassing, I was trying to control the situation. I was holding
Well,
on to
I
something
don't
that was
know.
already dead, and I didn't wanna get anyone else involved.
Wishing it was better.
No, but here's the thing, like, I noticed
Well,
her,
in the midst of it, you always, at first you make excuses. And
well,
then-
she left the house often, then she was hanging out with her brother's, wife, her brother's wife.
Mhm.
They like went out all the time, wouldn't ever
So
go out
that's
with
not a
me.
marriage.
No, but it was like a dying marriage, and I was trying to save a dead marriage, not dying, dead.
Were you,
She was already talking
at
to
that
that
point,
guy.
like super religious and
No.
wanna do the vows? You
No.
know, like, that's my wedding vow,
Nope.
and I'm not
Nope,
gonna work through
not
it.
even close, because I would have been like that if she didn't physically assault me twice before that. So I have a gay friend. My gay friend Marley's mom and his dad and his brother and him ran dispensaries in Michigan, multiple dispensaries. They've now sold them off to Puff, to all the big cannabis
Cause
companies.
this is
here.
all legal now, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well, it was legal back then too.
It's been legal for a while.
It's been legal for a long time in Michigan. So I was networking with him, and one day we smoked one too many blunts, and I was really high, and I fell asleep. She thought that I stayed the night to have sex with him.
Oh, jeez.
So listen to this, I get home,
Oh, jeez.
I get home, it's the next day, like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the
This
afternoon.
is your guy friend.
This is my friend who's gay, Marley,
Yeah.
guy friend.
Yeah, but
She flies out the front door, and before I could even get 3 feet from my car, slams me into my chest, into the side of my window, almost cracking it. I mean, it made an audible popping sound. And my shoulder hit the glass. What I did was, I looked at her and I said, this is the second time you've assaulted me. Stephanie, I'm gonna tell you right now, there will not be a third. Well, there was a third, and that was it. That was the final one.
Cause you let it kind of, I think,
But not only that,
there's
I will
always
never
hope, I
forget.
think there's always hope, and
There's no
why,
hope.
why
You
is-
just think
I
there's
mean,
hope.
at that point, you thought there was hope.
There
You
wasn't
should-
hope after the
You
first time.
should have.
There
No,
wasn't hope after the
actually,
first time.
there is no hope after the first time.
No,
There really isn't.
because that
Because
loss of
whenever you hear,
trust,
when you hear about abuse,
you're gonna,
it's only gonna get worse.
you're gonna think, when am I gonna get hit next?
Yeah.
And that lingering feeling is never gonna go away. That's like torture. Living with someone like that, that's
No,
torture.
it
And I
is-
did
it
that
is
to myself
torture.
for years.
It's like you're living with a terrorist.
Yeah, anytime they
kid-
might
no.
blow up on you.
No, I would be done with
Yeah.
that. But, you know,
So,
easier
but
said than
I
done.
will never
Easier
forget,
said-
part of my
easier said.
language, okay, I'm gonna use some colorful language here, I will never forget, she came out the door flying, screaming, oh, look at that, you faggot, you're finally back, and I'm like, you're screaming, calling me a faggot in front of our house, down the street?
She knew where you
that
were,
I
right?
paid the this was our house, she lived with me.
But she knew that you were.
She wasn't Marley's.
She knew that
Of
you
course
were.
she knew. I texted her every 30 seconds.
So it
Do you
wasn't
know what
like
it was?
she
There
didn't
was
know
a
where you
guy-
were.
So Marley liked to do the OnlyFans thing with all his gay friends. Okay, he'd record them wearing masks,
Mm-hmm.
and he'd have, sex, whatever. Record it, he paid, post it on his community, whatever, on Twitter and on OnlyFans. She thought one of the guys looked
Oh, was
like
you?
me. She thought one of
Then he
them-
posted it? Oh, cause you
she
were,
thought it
well,
was
you
me
were
with a
high.
mask, and I was being taken advantage of. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking?
Oh
Excuse me.
my God.
What are you talking about? Like,
No, I would say the same. I would be so.
first of all, that's my friend. He has no sexual
He's
intentions.
not gonna
towards
do
me
it. He's your friend,
whatsoever.
yeah.
He's-
And it's pretty
he's-
bad that you can't
he
have
knows how to respect boundaries.
a homosexual friend without
Right.
being assumed that you're
Right.
with them. I mean,
We just had passionate love last night. I don't even call it sex because
Yeah.
when it's that good,
Yeah.
it's called love. Last night, and you're yelling at me, pushing me inside in my own car, screaming, call me.
That's
The
so
next
demeaning.
day.
That's so demeaning.
Forget about the word demeaning, whatever it means. It's the idea of her using it in that derogatory means, calling me gay, implying that my friend is some sort of
It's
bad
wrong.
person. And
Well,
she's
and
got
even,
gay
you know,
friends.
it's, yeah, or just saying, you know,
Yeah.
just terrible.
So
It's
anyways,
terrible to all involved.
yeah.
you
So
know.
anyways, Archangel Michael was seeing all of this.
Mhm.
He was using every opportunity he could get
Oh, so he.
between, as like a, I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna try to get some sympathy from him, I'm gonna try to get some empathy from
Oh,
him.
you poor
He was
guy.
building a
So
case.
you had like a
I was being
shitty,
tag team.
shitty,
Manipulated tech team
you had a shitty wife manipulated
and a shitty business partner,
But,
and I didn't even know
but he wouldn't have been, he saw it for what it was and as a
an
way.
opportunity
Yeah,
to
an
weasel his
opportunity.
way in,
Well, she was
like
too
the
dumb.
snake she was
She
in.
was an opportunist.
Here's the thing, she was, and here's the thing, when I
Like
started
you can't
cannabis
really see it
business,
till you step
she
away
wanted
like.
to be a part of it, she was excited. I bought an encyclopedia of every single cannabis strain, I said, Stephanie, read the first chapter of this book. It gives you the basics of how to grow weed, what each thing means, like how to do chemical balancing, pH, whatever. It's like super basic stuff, chemistry, like 101, droplet in the water, water turns yellow,
So
okay,
was she
good.
gonna help you with it?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
she didn't lift a finger for months after. I did everything. I
Oh.
studied every night.
And
I
what does
built
she
the
do for a
website.
living? She just,
Nothing.
she just always
She
lived off of you.
Worked at a taco place called
Oh.
La Tienda Mexicana in Troyan. She mooched until I got her a job.
Yeah, well,
She was always like, oh, I'm so different in this country. Everybody always judges me. We went up north with my parents. Every year we try to go up north. Usually past Saginaw.
Yeah.
Usually past Grand Rapids, like real far up there. Waterfalls, bear caves,
I
all
love
sorts
all
of
that,
stuff. Have fun, camp. The entire time she made it about her. Oh, I'm brown. Look at all these racist white people looking at me. I can tell they're looking at me weird. I'm like, Stephanie, you're literally not the only thing these racist white people think. I lost my shit. I was like, you
I would
cannot
lose
possibly
I would lose my
turn this
patience with
entire,
that.
I was like, I have
The
been
whole
patient,
about her?
oh, the whole time. I was like, at the hotel last night, you wouldn't stop talking about this. All morning yesterday during the
That's
drive,
the
the
trip?
9-hour drive, you wouldn't stop talking about this, about how you feel profiled and how you feel racially profiled and all about this, blah, blah, race, blah, blah, brown, blah,
You're
blah.
probably thinking,
I was
sure are
like-
annoying me.
No, I wasn't annoyed, I was
I
sympathetic.
would be
No, I was
done.
empathetic, I was sympathetic, I was like,
Oh,
listen, I
really?
know, honey, like, I know you're brown, I know that people look at you weird because of the whole Trump situation, I know.
Oh,
I was
maybe,
consoling, I was
wow,
babying
that's
her.
true, that is true.
Babying
To
the
a
shit
point
out of her
though,
to
yeah.
the point where she thought it was okay to just keep going on forever until I finally said, listen, we
See.
cannot make this entire
Stop
trip
it.
about your
Yeah,
insecurities,
because this is
please.
not gonna.
This is unhealthy.
Yeah.
You're upsetting my mom. My sister cannot
Mhm.
stand this conversation. It's been going on for over 12 hours.
So what's happening in Colorado? Do you think she'll get, do you think ICE is gonna?
I don't
find
care.
her?
I don't care. I don't even think about
You
it
don't
anymore.
care
She's a
about
fragment of my
that,
imagination.
yeah.
The reason why I wrote that book, that short story,
Mhm.
is to seal that part of my life on a piece of paper.
And it's done.
And learn
And
from
it's
it,
done,
move
yeah.
forward with the lessons,
Yeah.
leave everything behind.
Yeah.
So if I ever want to
So
revisit
when
it, for
did-
whatever
when did
reason, I
this
just pick up a
happen?
piece of
When
paper.
did the divorce happen?
2023, March,
So it's
is
been
when
a
it started.
couple years.
It didn't happen until like November of 2024. It was a long,
So it
horrible
hasn't
divorce.
been that long.
No, it
And
hasn't. It's been
and
like 2 years.
So, and
2
it
years.
it is heartbreaking that.
2 years since I started divorce.
Seems like it could have worked out if she.
Nah, screw that. I coulda, woulda, nah. it's
Probably
not.
not.
Nah, I mean, look,
But
she
you know,
was an
you're young,
opportunist.
but you're young and you
I'm
look
34.
oh, I still say that's pretty young because you could have just let that fester, you know.
I did.
Because I'm older, you
I
know.
did.
I'm
But I
in-
did. I
I'm
was
in my
old.
60s. You can let something fester more than 5
Yeah,
years.
you need to
You're
understand.
lucky that you got out because in your eyes, you're not, I think you're young.
Yeah.
You're saying, well, I remember turning 35.
Kathy, when
I'm
I
getting
was,
older. I did feel older then, like
my whole
kinda
life,
like, oh,
before
I
my
gotta,
marriage,
yeah.
I had 3 relationships. Melanie, Kalisha, 2 relationships
Yeah, before her,
before my marriage.
yeah.
I did not pursue that at all. My goal was to get myself set up with enough income to where I can build a family, get the white picket fence, get the dogs,
Yeah.
get the children, build the American dream.
That could
And I
survive.
have that.
Don't you think it could
Oh, I
survive?
absolutely can have it.
Yeah,
That's
I
all
was gonna
material shit that I lost that I can rebuild 10
The
times
way
better.
my younger son, the way he said it is, I'm not gonna get married till I'm a little old, like till he's 35. He goes,
Good.
he just said, I just think it might be better because I'll be more established.
Yes.
And then the girl might take it more,
Yes.
he goes, and plus I can marry a younger girl. I don't
Yes.
have to marry,
Correct.
older than
The
me.
other thing
is. His clock's not
Well, be
ticking.
careful with the younger girl, because these girls now, they're
Well,
crazy.
he is, he's worried. He goes, oh my God. Well,
His-
he's got
his
friends.
social media
He's got
race is
friends that are
crazy.
bikers, and,
I just don't know how we
and,
call it.
that's all right. I think they got done.
Yeah,
I think
no.
they're done.
Well, I mean, we're not responsible for that,
But,
but I really wanna finish my story when you guys second. It's
I was
almost
trying to think what I was.
trying to give you a
saying.
perspective of why it was 2 years. So the divorce, finalized, whatever. Between my time spent on the website, money invested in equipment, hosting, platform costs for payment